I'm just ready to go. I'm just ready to go. Death Star, #1 in the chat. Guys, what's going on? Orby, I'm not even kidding. It's either you or Hasker. Someone's shaking Vegeta's ass in my face. It's every day, you know? What's going on? You guys ready? You guys stoked for some Secrets of the Atlas? You know what I mean? And Cherry, I'm good to see you too. Quick with it, you know? When there's not a 4 p.m. Eastern time start, you never know, right? So dudes, I got the coffee ready to rock and roll. I'm just checking out some mapping on this not slain character, right? Oh, it gets around, you know? It gets around, and I'm just kind of stoked. So we're gonna do a bit of a watch party. And then I'm going to be live probably about 4 hours today. Hit the orthodontist. Pretty cool. I'm getting elastics in the front, so it's going to be pulling the teeth a little bit closer. Amazing. Wax everywhere, torn to shit. But happy to be here with you regardless, you know? Thanks for allowing me to do this, you know? MX, what's up, man? Make sure your accounts are linked, please, and thank you. I know it's your game. I know. Trust, I know. And I'm down to learn, you know? All the things in like Path of Exile 2 that we've been enjoying, particularly the Pinnacle boss, no XP gain or loss, is absolutely huge for that game. I can't wait. Ew! Orby, what? Phantom Lord, hey man. Oh, thanks so much. Oh, I'm doing it actually, that's so funny. We are going to cover PoE 1 today. It's going to happen. Thank you. Yeah, cheers and salute. Here we go. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it again, and you should do it again. It's going to be fun. So we got a little bit of time. I got about 45 minutes before we get down. I don't have an on-screen countdown timer, but I could have, but I didn't. But I could have. So after our stream today, guys, I'm going to be covering some, I think we're doing tactician stuff. So PoE 2, covering the news, doing a YouTube video, doing the shorts, all that stuff. That's the content side. And I got to do it. And I'm looking forward to it. Make some cool shit. But then I want to do a transition, you know? I want to make one of those new ones for this mercenary. So I'm down. Yeah. How's your day going, by the way, guys? Hey, L Train. Good to see you, man. I'm a little bit early today, so let's enjoy the afternoon together, shall we? No deaths. Please, no deaths. So we're looking at, I think, Crypt into this bluff is where we left it yesterday, right? Brody, man, you ready? Hey, Beast, how are you, man? Time to bleed. Make things bleed. If it bleeds, we can kill it, right? As long as we don't die. So Crypt, we're going to do a 9 increased rare monsters. Let's run this. But before we do, you guys were talking about adding more rare monsters to maps instead of Magique. But I'm hardcore SSF, so I'm gonna go ahead and do magic anyway. That's exactly what it is. Yes, sir. Yo. Happy Thursday, everybody, right? What's this? Gypsy Road? Oh, good shit. Good shit. No deaths, please, and thank you. Little upgrade yesterday. We could do better. Still need a lot of spirit, but you know, we'll see what happens. I'm down. I'm kind of stoked. I didn't even do my intro thing. I'm totally stoked. Oh, happy Friday. Today's Thursday. Oh, Friday from the future. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. Of course, Silver Knight. Welcome in, dude. How are you? Okay. No rips, please. No rips, please. Welcome in, you guys. Yeah. So, hold on, before we just get shit on. Remember that today we're going to be covering the PoE 1, Path of Exile 1 content, okay? Secrets of the Atlas. So, secret. They've got secrets. We're going to learn all about it, and you're going to die soon, and slap. Got it? And we'll kind of talk about, you know, what build looks like it's going to be a good starter build. I think Righteous Fire is going to be safe. We're going to find out what else is actually interesting, playable, new. There's going to be a ton of stuff. Oh, here we go. Watch out. That could be lethal, these guys. These guys could be lethal. There it is. You know what? You don't got to tell me the future is cold. I'm wearing a sweater in shorts, you know? I understand. Weather. That's why I got a space heater behind me. I'm not even kidding. It's blowing hot air on me in a sweater in Canada right now. That's what it's like. But I haven't seen a moose kind of go by anywhere in the studio. So far, we're good. You know, we are good. Really quick, before we get into it too much, I'm curious. A little ASMR with you guys, because I want to know. Do you guys think they're going to have, like, some crazy new endgame boss for Secrets of the Atlas? Or do you think it's going to be just like, we didn't have enough time to do what we wanted, so we're going to roll out additional content throughout the season? Or do you think they're ready to rock and roll all in? What are your thoughts? Let me know what you think. I think that they're going to be ready to rock and roll. I think so. I know there's a couple things they're going to roll out throughout the season, but I think in general, they have it ready. Oh, hey, maybe, right? Maybe. Here we go. Better luck next time. Look at you. Crimson Bruise. You know what? I got to put that back on. I think I turned it off for the next scene, but all good. Thank you, sir. Thank you for an incredibly generous half a year in advance, man. And I'm going to count those because I appreciate it. That looks like 8, 10, 12, 14, 17. Yo's. It's from 12 to 6. Thank you, Crimson Bruise. Appreciate it. Captain Fury, welcome in. Negate. Come on over here, guys, if you haven't noticed. Orby, yeah, the draws in the chat. Death Star is #1, intergalactic domination, and hopefully Rayclesian rewards for you guys. Type exclamation drops, DROPS, type drops in the chat, and please, for the love of Christ, make sure that you guys have your accounts linked to get a pretty cool helmet after today's stream, okay? All you gotta do is be like in the chat for 45 minutes on anybody's content, whether it's gonna be anybody in PoE1, and you're good to go. Yeah? Oh, sure, Zox. What's your question, dude? Can you tell me, says, if you're a coffee enjoyer, what type of it, if any? Okay, I got you. I don't really enjoy coffee. I'm not a coffee guy. Typically, I'll do like water or something, but if I had to drink coffee, if I had to.
The best part of waking up is demons getting fucked.
If I had to force the best liquid to ever be poured into my vascular apex predator of a body, that'd be Folgers. Other than waking up and still having softcore or hardcore SSF experiences, Folgers is that best thing. And I'm going to recommend you get after it. While we're officially sponsored, not sponsored by these guys, they'll teach you how to tell demons to get fucked every time. Every time. Here you go. What are you sucking on over there? What do you got in your cup? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, ornate strongbox, yoink. Are you an enjoyer of the brew? Do you get after it? Hey, Ralphinator, dude. Did you? Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying to a beam. A love beam. I got something for you, big guy. There you go. You killed T4 Zesh for the first time? All it took was what? Switching out Kotokos for Hoa. Oh, yeah. Hoa's big damage. Hey, Max C84. What's up, Max? Yo, dude. Zox, I got you. Yeah. You drink Starbucks, French roasted K-Cup pods? Those are fantastic, too. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're enjoying the coffee, huh? It's like the drink that goes with ARPGs. It just is. It just is. Okay, let me see here. What's this? Drops 3 additional jewels. Okay, hold on. We know this guy. Stand by. Hey, be whizzle. 1 sec. Yoink. No. No. You and your beetle ass don't get away from me. No, get in there. Don't be shy. Yeah, done. Got you. Hey, Tigo 1000. What's going on, Tigo? Yeah. Good, dude. Are you kidding? If your legs aren't doing this for updates from grinding your games, you're doing it wrong. It should be up and over. It should be all the way in the sky. Because their shit is amazing. It's amazing. Super amazeballs. Absolutely incredible. So damn good. So damn good you go BRB because you have fat finger stuff. Look at that. Simply amazing. Simply amazing. Oh my goodness. Good gravy. Dr. Jazz, mushy down. Freaking out so bad I fat fingered my own effects. Secrets of the Atlas 3.26. The new league coming out is what it is. Dr. Jazz, thank you, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Time flies, no? Thank you, man. Hey, Craft Brew Girl. Yo. I'm looking for all this jazz as well. Give me some of that. What's going on? Hello. Dudes, I'm stoked, man. I'm just fucking ready for it, you know? Can't even play. I keep pausing my game. I'm so excited for it. I kind of enjoy PoE 1 and like the systems in it, and I kind of like teaching people what it can and can't be, which is also exciting. And for a lot of people, it's going to be your first time Path of Exile 1 League from PoE 2, which is also kind of amazing. You're done. Yep. Whoa, look at this man. It's true. Or I don't think it's a competition, it's just a different avenue, right? Tasty Sensei! Come get some, dude. How is the dojo? Thank you very much, man, and I hope you're doing very well today. The tier 3 subscription, 27 months, 26 in a row. Another notch in the belt. I hope. Hey, guys, it's a bonus day, man. Thank you so much. Happy Thursday or Friday from the future. Craft Brew Girl, what's up with you? Thank you very much for the Prime as well. Sakiri, great to see you. Yeah. Are you playing PoE 2? I just think that it's options. It's not necessarily a competition, right? We'll see what happens in Season 9, you know? Yo, huge. I love it. Yeah. Come get some, you know? Let's go. Dudes, Beast, and everybody else, if you're on the YouTube side, you're also going to watch the live watch party for Path of Exile 1. You want to see what they're coming up with today? It's exciting stuff. Excusez-moi. The build's coming along. I don't know what to expect entirely. There's going to be patch notes talking about class balancing and all that stuff that we expect to have, but I don't know. Outside of that, I'm not so sure. We're going to find out. Really? 50% crit? How does it feel to have that much crit? I don't think I'm close, right? I don't think I'm close. What? You're going for 300 Paragon and D4. It used to be speed runs, Pits 101, 110. What are you at now? Remember, 297's halfway. What are you at now? Super curious how that's going for you. I'm so glad I did it. I got the diamond on my horse's cheeks, right? Slappy Ted? Don't gotta do it again. I just missed everything. Here we go. Something's going wrong. We don't have max life. Let's figure this out. Go. There we go. Now we're okay. You're at 250. How much time you got? How much time left in the season, amigo? Braj and John Doe, yo, come on in, Grim Kilmore, Legend Link. Guys, we're ready to rock and roll? We've got what? Almost a half an hour. Almost a half an hour. So let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Let me simmer down a little bit. Speak some clean English. The Kings, nice and slow. I'm gonna be I'm watching, you know, very, very patiently watching, listening, celebrating good moments. 26 days, you can do it. You can totally do it. But you have your work cut out for you. When we're talking about the Path of Exile 1 stuff, I'm going to be taking notes the whole time, so we have kind of like a reference point, like a bit of a roadmap after what they say. Typically, they have a blog that goes out after. They've got it on YouTube. We can go back and scrub through the content. I'm only live for like 4 hours today, so I'll do everything I can to give you guys as much information as possible. If you missed it or you kind of, well, you guys are here now, but if shit happens, I got you. I'll take care of that. I'll TCB, take care of business, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah? It's not my birthday, but hey, thank you very much. Happy Thursday, you know? Absolutely. Absolutely to you. Hit the orthodontist. Teeth got a little tighter. Working through that. It's amazing, man. Ooh. Spin a wheel for the starting class based off the information. I could do that after I knew. After that, I could, yeah. Ooh. Interesting. Do you mean for you or do you mean for me? I should have been a little bit more. I should have asked. Do you mean for you or me? Because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I want to see what they say. Hey, what's going on, Geeters? How are you? Guys, welcome in, you know? Welcome. I'm gonna take this guy down to Value Town. Oh, for me, yeah, okay. Yeah, I could do that. That's fine. I just don't know what the updates are. I don't know what the updates are yet. I could be Splitting Steel champion. Who knows? I could be I'm probably gonna level the same way. Like, it's probably gonna be Armageddon brands or something. We'll see. Okay, yoink. Time will tell. I like watching them bleed their own blood. You get into the rake, right? You kind of show up. Hey, everybody, what's going on, right? Fucking bang! All of a sudden, just like, and they just kind of like lose. I love watching it. Too good. You may go, dude. Holy Relic's good. Holy Flame Totem's also a good start. AB Wizzle. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah. It's close, right? Yeah. I just a couple more levels, man. Like if I get to 80, when I get to 85. We have some pretty interesting choices in the skill tree to make it just a little bit more damage, which I do want to change that up for the build guide and stuff, yeah. The Thanos snap, yeah, you're right about that. Okay, so we have a couple more rares to slap and then we're good to go. Easy roll. Don't need to get shit on by this guy. Yeah, no, 2 of these guys. Yoink. You, right there. Surprise, surprise, puppy surprise. How many spears are there inside? Done. I know the WASD stuff, right? I'm gonna miss it. That's one thing I didn't really love about Path of Exile 1 was the lack of WASD, but it has so much more to offer in terms of the game instead of just the gameplay that I kind of let it slide. It gets a pass. But right now I'm playing WASD. You know, that being said, still playing WASD. I miss it. I do. And I don't even recall it being in Diablo 4. Like, do you guys remember using WASD in D4? I always did click to move. Oh, yoink. Here we go. I'm liking this. Hey, is that Gimp for life? Hey, man. I'm doing so good. How are you doing, man? How are you? I'm live on a bonus Thursday here with you guys so we can cover some Path of Exile 1 Secrets of the Atlas. So, looking forward to that, man. Okay, here we go. Looking forward to that. I don't want to skip a beat. I want to know what's up. That's actually kind of gross. That's the damage off of, like, a non-buffed rake. It's getting good. It's getting very good. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You could totally do Path of Exile 1 without WASD. You just have to be willing to try. Once your character gets nice and strong, you kind of don't worry about it so much anymore, I think. Just my opinion. Like, when you're having fun, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I bet you it would be. The Roas are bad news. Grabbing the eggs, pissing them off, and then dying almost immediately. Yeah, that's gonna get a lot of people. It is. Yeah. I guess you could use controller support. Yeah, if that's something you wanted to do. Yeah. That's all right. No, it's all right. Game for life. I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't be live today with you usually anyway, right? Lucky me. Usually I'm off on Thursdays. I'm just doing video stuff, production, following up the networking thing, you know, making sure I can get a bit of a, how do I say, like a heat map, a roadmap for where I want to take the content throughout the week. And so this is one of those days where I'm down doing some errands in real life, you know, just being a human being, not a total degenerate gamer. That's it. So yeah, too good. There we go. Awesome. Oh, you know what? But once you get into WASD though, I think it's hard to break away from it. I really enjoy it. Yeah. Here we go. So Game for Life. Curious, man. What have you been up to? Hey, what's up, Wes? Without all the flasks. Would you say it'd be really tough to do WASD with all the flasks? Oh, that's true. But you could automate it. In the beginning, it's kind of tricky, right? You just have to keybind your flasks, Wes. Yeah. Oh, I'm not surprised by that. A lot of people, there's a lot of passionate people that really love Path of Exile 1. And this is their next season, right? This is their Diablo 2 getting a new season. So I expect, and they get a lot of support on their game. So I expect quite a bit from that company and people hopefully excited for the news. I'm excited to find out what it is. Hopefully it's not a letdown, right? What is that roll, by the way? Evasion, energy shield, a T8, and life kill. That could be interesting. Life per kill. I'll check that out. I'm kind of in this like awesome spot where I'm enjoying Path of Exile 2. I'm still like enjoying the ride. I know some of you guys aren't, but I am. And I got PoE 1 coming out. That's fun too. Yeah. Got the Switch 2. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, little sipping gaming? That's a good time. You really can't go wrong with that, can you? I did see the new uniques. I think the bow, Lion's Eye bow, is very good for Sekimas with a dodge roll distance. Kind of nice. Yeah. Did you guys see them? If you haven't, there's a new update on the forums. It looks great. It looks really cool. And that's just a small subsection of what's coming, right? Bourbon and Exiles. Oh, really? Bourbon and Exiles. That sounds like it should be a product. Yeah. Hey, Bearded Kiwi, what's up? Yo, good to see you too. GSR's here shaking your ass as well. Look at that thing, eh? It's going global. It's almost Orby level of cheek shaking, you know? Yeah. Sounds like a podcast? It does, right? Bourbon and Exiles. That's right. Yeah. Oh, man. That almost is begging for like an intro. Like a Western, whoosh, doors kind of swing open, you know? Yeah. B&E and PoE, sure. Breaking and entering? Uh-oh. We're gonna send people to prison. Uh-oh. It didn't go the way we thought. It really didn't go well. Here we go. I gotta get this cleaned up. Choose. Bonus stream day on a Thursday because Grinding Gear Games got a lot of news I don't want to miss out on, man. So I want to be here with you guys. Right now. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, easy yoink. Let me see. That's too bad. That didn't turn out very well, but I'm still gonna hit both with a Regal. Proj damage is cool. Attack damage? This thing's kind of nice. 13 evasion and attack. I'll hit it with an Exalt. Okay, it just didn't go our way. It's got flask charges. That's all right. If you didn't know, I didn't just like wake up on the right side of the bed and feel like, hey, we're gonna do another stream today. There's a reason I'm live, and that's that 3.26 Secrets of the Atlas is new league or season starting for PoE 1, and I'm gonna cover that with you guys. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here today. I want to see what you guys think about it too, because you have some really cool opinions on things, and I'm down. Okay, here we go. That's amazing. That's okay. These are hard to replace. We have some very good gloves. T7 Lightning, T6 Fizz. We're looking at like T8 Lightning so far. It would have to do very well. And we have prefixes open. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Holy shit. Did we get attack speed on these? Whoa, look at these guys. Where'd these guys come from? So we just got triple damage on our gloves. We got life per enemy killed, which coincides with cannibalism. We got intelligence, which helps us on, I think we get away from our neck with this, which is pretty great. We have armor on that, which does nothing for us. This is actually pretty good. It's evasion energy shield too. We're gonna mess with this. Do you guys like this? Also, we have like dual sockets, which is kind of wild. Huh. How much evasion? 167? I'm gonna go for it. Weapon swap speed. Huh. What happens if I... What's my cold at? I'm at 134 cold. That's actually kind of wild. If I just toss on fire, any fire, I'm basically capped. Or... Huh. Or do I just go... Iron Rune? If I go... I give up... I take 4% more damage, which the Iron Rune isn't going to stop. So it's got to be fire, I guess, in this case, right? What a waste. What a waste of a rune. Okay, I'll do it anyway. I want to mess with that. I want to see what's up. What's my health at? 2172. That's a lot of... I want to see the damage difference here. Let me see this. 2,156. That's kind of huge. Okay, we're going to take it. We're going to try that out and see if I don't get ripped. Hopefully I don't, you know? That should be nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I can put it over here for now. Is it Owie Slicks? Owie Slicks. Nice to meet you, Owie Slicks. How you doing? Cheeky little bonus, right? It's okay. Plus, the, you know, the energy shield, too. So we're at 150. Not bad. We'll take it. Oh, good song. Let's do it. Map complete. What's it feel like? Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, easy yoink. Hey, fat kid for life. What's up, man? You hit 93 today. Is that right? Did I catch that right? Did you hit 93? 91, excuse me, 91. Pardon me. Congratulations, man. That's great. Are you going to stop around 93? Do you have like a goal in mind or no? What do you got here for the helmet? Dex Cold Rarity, Evasion 270. Our helmet's very solid, man. It's got great life on it. It's got good, like, really good evasion on it. It's got critical hit chance, cold res. It's hard to replace that. So far, so good. Bang, bang, bang. And we don't need this either. Stone Charm, no. All right, cool. Awesome. So far, so good. You trying to finish it all? That's what the message was. You were trying to figure out how to get all of your points, right? And you were trying to do irradiated, corrupted, and all that, and you got kind of stuck. That was the message. 83 Stepside. Hey, man. Yeah, today's the day. So Stepside, today's the day that we get 3.26 information in about 25 minutes. We're probably going to cut over in about 20 minutes. We have all kinds of balancing coming up for Path of Exile 2, 0.2.1. I think it is going to come out tomorrow. Their patch releases tomorrow. And then we have League or season information dropping today for PoE 1. So it's a good day. Dungeons and Dragons is an amazing experience. I played so much of that with my friends and my brother. Great game. Beautiful game. Gets the mind rolling through concepts and stuff. It's really, really cool. Would recommend. That's not happening. I'm just gonna go ahead and sell that right now. Never. I don't want to run a map where the monsters get like increased chance to do double damage or more. It's not okay. That's how we die. T16 irradiated, cleansed, or corrupted. I think either. I have to check and see on this, but I'm pretty sure irradiated or corrupted. It has to be both. Cleansed or... It can be cleansed or corrupted, either map. Really? That's brutal luck. Wow. You've never... Who's never played D&D before? You gotta play D&D. It's a great game. It's fun. Temp Chains, no. Enfeeble? Chilled ground. Okay, I'll just deal with chilled ground. Let's go. Wait, what happened? Oh, it doesn't actually connect. I have to do Mire? Oh, that's silly. Okay, so... Wait, what? Is it a click thing? What's going on? What the heck? Silly Atlas. I can't wait till they get this cleaned up. So I can't actually connect. That line doesn't connect through it, and I can't connect to this one. So there is a central point, but I'm not allowed to get there. Well, that's too bad. I wish I knew that. Right. Hey, Maxim, how you doing, man? Big news today. Big news. I don't remember that one. I played like, I think 3rd edition D&D is what I played. It's like, that's too bad. I gotta go to Hidden Grotto again? Burial Bog? Geez, that really puts a dent in the plan here. I have to go crypt over to Blooming, I guess? Alright, I guess we're going into the crypt. Let's do it. Yeah, 3rd edition, maybe 4th edition too. That's when I played. I was a chaotic neutral cleric with Big B's magic hand, and And we had this custom item we made called Ojas, which is basically a ripoff of Power Rangers, but you could use this glass kind of orb, right? And inside was the spirit of like this ancient animal thing that you would summon. It would help you in combat, or you know what I mean? Like you'd empower it. That was our Dungeons and Dragons experience. We did so many cool things, so many awesome things in Dungeons and Dragons. It was great. If you're a nerd, D&D is great for you. It's so fun, so good. Here we go. Well, we can find out, right? If I check out the Atlas, we can find out if Corrupted gives +1. All I have to do is mouse over it. I think it still does, but I'd be surprised to find out that's not the case. Oh, Beast, it's very good. If you're one-shotting T4 bosses, I wouldn't be surprised. So we're at 2,800 right now? Interesting. It almost looks like they have evasion. There we go, 4K. Our life's at 4K. Slap. Get ready. Got it. Hit this man. Stay in range, and go. There it is. That was the big mistake I was making with the build. You guys helped me with that. I guess I was walking out of range, you know, a little bit. Kind of sucks. You liked 4th edition? Yeah, a lot of my friends did too. There was another D&D clone that came out when 4th edition was out. It had like Saiyans and shit and future combat warriors, basically Halo ripoffs. I forget the name of that D&D thing, but it was a little bit too much. It was overkill. It wasn't very specific and it was a little bit too vague. Didn't make it fun. Did you say Dragonlance? That doesn't sound familiar. I don't think it was that. Here we go. What I can tell you is for like an alt, this is a great choice on solo self-found. Because this thing has some pretty decent clear. Pathfinder, yeah, that's right. It was Pathfinder, yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, Van Roosen. Yo. Whoa. What's going on, Van Roosen, eh? Getting in there? Getting in there, dude? How are you? You doing well? Yeah. Good call on the Pathfinder. Totally right. Yeah, that's what it was. And they were doing that, and it was kind of weird. You're moving it like Mach 10. It's like, this is really weird combat. Can't even react to some stuff, because you can't even see it in your fantasy character. It just didn't really start to make sense. Yeah. What'd you say? Your rake is at 12k DPS? 65k? You're doing 65,000 damage? Are you serious? I'm at 3,000. You're doing how are you doing 65k? I'm waiting for some big news. In 20 minutes, we're all going to find out what that is. I'm not going to be as chatty. I'm just going to be listening, taking some notes. Try not to interrupt their production, their broadcast, right? What's that? Oh, one sec. Oh, It Man. No, I wasn't the It Man. No. No. I don't remember. I think I was doing like something basic, like team support, basically. Solar Amulet, yoink. Okay, Solar Amulet could be a big hit. You got some gear, no kidding. Hoas would be huge. That was amazing. Watch the slam, hit this guy. Done. Amazing. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's why. My crit isn't so high. Yeah, my crit could be a lot better. No, it hasn't. Spectrum. The patch for Path of Exile 2, you guys, it drops tomorrow. So patch drops tomorrow, which is another great thing. I got a question for you, and I'm so glad you brought that up. We've already kind of slightly talked about it, but I have this idea that I want to make a brand new mercenary with you guys. I want to do that. Would you rather we cover some... Like, I could go either way with this. Do we cover the new endgame chase stuff in like the solo self-found hardcore experience, trying to get some cool shit? Or do we just start together as a community and build that character up from nothing? If more people are interested in like doing the activity together, I think that's more long-lasting and more fun. But there is a whole bunch... Yeah, Aloha, what's up, man? There is a whole bunch of content dropping tomorrow that might be interesting just to try. What would you be down for? Like, do you want to just see what happens and we kind of like play it by ear? Or do you want to get involved and do this character from nothing, live off the land challenge, solo self-found again? What do you want to do? What are your thoughts? The new character, you think so, eh? So let me give you the landscape a little bit. It's going to be, we'd have to make a mercenary, we would have to use a crossbow, and we'd have to play something a little bit foreign. So we can't level a Stomping Ground Rake, that's out the window. We've done that for 2 characters now, and it's extremely effective. But we have to do something different. Okay, that's the game plan if we're going to do this. Dr. Jazz, you're looking at a solo self-found hardcore character. This is my second one. I made 3. One died in a tutorial with you guys. All the other 2, they're in maps. They both made it to maps. One was the Smith of Katava, this bad boy. Hopefully it works today. So that guy was our first SSF character, made it to maps alive. This is the second one. It's a Blood Mage. Blood Mage, Lightning Spear, Rake character. So painful? That's not, I wouldn't describe it that way. It's cool, you know, you can if you want, but I would say it's challenging. Very challenging. You recommend armor break build? As long as I have the gear, I'm down for suggestions. There you go. By the way, Splinter on our Smith of Catawba was unreal. It cleaned up that map nice and easy. Oh, I missed everything. Damn. Oof. I hope they fix that in the patch. Runic monsters drop other items instead of weapons. Extra damage is fire. Okay, what else? Big... I'm very nervous about this sort of content. I'm very nervous about runic monsters. Monsters hits can't be evaded. More rare monsters, okay? Yeah, I'm not so sure I want to run that yet. Oh, hey, cheers. You getting ready? 17 minutes. All right, so I got a little bit of feedback about the new character. We'll see what we do. There's quite a bit of new chase items coming in, and they referenced a little bit of the drop rate that they're changing. So, like, Astramentus will be just as rare as Mjolnir now, but we're not really sure how rare that is. It used to be you'd get one Astramentus to naturally drop in your game of Path of Exile 2, when you'd have about 45,000 Divines drop. That was the rate. Robin J, how you feeling today? No, ask the question. Ask the question, go ahead. You can ask whatever you want. Who's that? Is it bad innuendo? Bad innuendo. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. No, ask the question. Go ahead. What time is the watch party right now? You're watching it. Welcome in. Their show starts in about 15 minutes. Yeah, that's probably why you're saying that, but yeah. About 15 minutes. Here we go. Hit the switch. Come on. Let's go. Okay, the wall should be down now. That's right. Top of the hour. Yep. About 15 minutes from now. Here we go. Get our charges up. Get our charges up. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff. Wow. That was good. That was good. That was good. Really good distance on that rake. I got all that one. Okay, that's so good. Man, I'm getting comfortable with the build now. Feels good. I kind of have a good idea where my position should be. I understand how to apply my curse. And that wasn't all instant before. That took time. Took time to learn. Alright, so we're all good. Kill all rares. There's one guy left. Where is he? Let's go find out where this rare is. Man, this feels nice. Did you say the new quiver is completely bonkers? But what about the downside? Because it's both, right? The new one has upside and downside. It can be crazy. Mustang 80. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, dude? How are you? Where's my last rare monster, man? I think we're gonna blow this map because I can't see a rare. Maybe it's down near checkpoint. We'll go see. No, I don't have a better. Not yet, man. Not yet. I've only started the stream recently, so I haven't had a chance to find a better Tangle Tongue or anything like that. Infinite ammo, what sucks your life is. Which one is it? A new crossbow you're talking about? One of the new ones, Dr. Jazz. Always good, dude. Always good. I'm excited to cover the new content. That's what I'm looking for. Interesting stuff. Give me interesting stuff. Maybe there's a dude over here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where this rare is. Unless they expect me to kill one from Expedition, the Kalguran Expedition, which isn't correct. I think we're in a bugged map. We just got a bugged map, dudes. Can't even make the connection. Yeah, the new one? Okay. Yeah, we saw there's a new staff, right? A new staff from Path of Exile 1. There's a new bow. There's a new crossbow. There's a quiver. That's what we know about. Yeah. And they didn't add any melee boy uniques. King Bane 87. That's sad, you know? That's a sad day. That's a sad day for sure. Is it Itzov? Itzov 1, yeah? Itzov Uno. Welcome in. With the class, Robin J, they're only going to release weapons like daggers and claws when a new class comes out. That's all. Those are cool. Those are cool little gloves. Yeah, yeah. I found it interesting that they used the word mythic. Did anybody else find that kind of wild? 25% movement speed? Okay. 15 dex, it's way less. It's got fire res on it, which is kind of nice. 288 evasion, it's much higher than what we have. I just hate wasting exalts on that. I think it's not worth it. I don't think so. Act nasty, say classy. That's the rule. Wonder Hamster, that's the rule, okay? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna alch this instead. Spell damage, mana, strength, int, 15 spirit. We do have extra. We can give up quite a bit. We can give up quite a bit if we decide to do this. Strength is nice. It's basically what? 50, let's see, 56? 46 HP? Damn. Damn, okay, I'm gonna stop. It didn't go where I want. Guard during effect, that's cool. What's our lightning res? We're capped on this. We could do something different. We don't have to run this anymore. Yeah, we don't have to run this. Okay, so let's, damn. Huh. Intriguing. What time do we have? 12 minutes, okay. Could I squeeze in one more map? Just one more map in 12 minutes? I probably could. It's not very hardcore, though. I might rip. Who knows? That's what I want to see. Hey, it's Gwina. I know you, Gwina. How you doing? Oh, cheer. Okay, all right. Doesn't take me long. Cheers to you. I know what you're doing. You know what? You guys used to be so bad with this. I had a towel near my chair because you guys would be waterboarding my ass. I told you this many times, right? I'm getting that back. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you like it, Beast. Spark is a very, very solid build, man. I'm glad you enjoy, sincerely. What if we did this? Huh. What if we put like a rarity charm on? I'm gonna try it. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? I did level 1. I massively kicked the shit out of the game with this. Yeah, rarity is kind of a nice start. Chaos L-Train, very good call. You know, I should probably just do that. The Amethyst Charm makes a lot more sense. A lot more sense. We're gonna do that instead. I don't gotta worry about gear. I gotta make sure I'm alive to enjoy the gear. This will give me what, 30, what's the percent? 18? So 50% chaos? That's fair. How much time do I have? 10 minutes. How? Okay, we're running this. I don't know if this is a bug or whatever. We're gonna run this right now. A 10. A 9? Extra damage is chaos, no. Elemental res, no. Temp chains, no. Damn it. Enfeeble? Alright, let's run it. 20% less damage. Let's do this. See what happens. Yeah, here we go. So, the nodes are off. I'm gonna try. Hey, Vince! What's going on, Vigilant Vince? Yo, yo. Okay, let's do this. Eyes on the screen. We got this. You absolutely can, man. You absolutely can do that. Try it. Let me know how it goes. Whoa. Come on. Come on. Come on, get it. Go, go. Got it. Bam. Next. Got it. If you take... so I did Ice Strike Invoker Monk, and it was really, really good. Really, really good. I mentioned this before, but it did better than I thought it would. I didn't have any expectations of enjoying the game on that because it was so easy mode, but my god, was I ever wrong. It was fun. I actually want to make another monk. That's how much fun I had on it. Hey, Junior Koala, what's up? Yo, yo. I called you Koala. It's Kula. Sorry, excuse me. What's going on, dude? Junior, it is good to see you again. I'm trying to rush through this map in less than like 10 minutes here. No, it's not fine. That's nothing about that. It's okay. Slap. Go. It's like when you guys call me Barricade. It's like, what the fuck? Boom. Got it. Yoink. Yoink, yoink. Go. We can do this. This is at 20% less damage, too. Do you guys think we're ready for T12? I think we're getting there. Extra crits? Okay, watch out. That's lethal. Uh-oh, here it is. Wolf garbage. Oh, shit. Nice. One more. Holy shit. Owl touched. Just kill it. I don't care. Good, good, good. Kill it. Oh, Wes, you kicked me right in the ass with that one, man. I really do. I don't know if you... Oh my god, double shrines? Holy shit. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. I do try to get the names right. I like to know who I'm talking to. You guys are all... Like, it's people here, right? Least you can do is say their name right, for the love of God. This is excellent. Yep, yoink. Oh my god. Excellent. Let me move. Facts. Fucking guy. Come on, go. Nice. Nice. Okay, don't care about that. Really? How much time do I have? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Go, 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 go. Okay. 7 minutes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, give me the timer. That helps. Keep me up to date. Okay, watch out. Grab this. Hit. Yoink. God, I love that. It's such good damage. So nice. What do we get? Oh, right on. That's worth it. Go! 17 seconds of movement speed. Go, go, go. Yoink. Yoink. One more. How? Such a strange skill. Sometimes it just rips. Sometimes that happens where you get the guy to like 1. It's just weird. Oh my god, it's Juggernaut D. And he's brought dad jokes. Everybody hide. There's dad jokes in the chat. You're not safe. Copy them, use them at work. Become the all-star. Stand by, Juggernaut. I gotta run. I got like 5 minutes for the news. The news drops. And I'm kind of fucking stoked for it. Do you think they nerf Lightning Strike? Do you think LS is out the window or not? We got there. We got there. Really? Balbala dropped you a what? A Tangle Tongue? Holy crap. I didn't know the boss could do that. Nailed it. How much time? 5 minutes. We're good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's right. It is. Yeah, Nutch Pirate. It is the cover. Done, done, done. And what is this? 3 life per second? Damn. I didn't know. Yeah. Depends on the vision. No. Juggernaut. Okay, Juggernaut, that one got me. That one got me. Yeah, it is today, Wes. Yeah, it is today. Is their stream live? Is Path of Exile live right now or no? Yeah, right. That's what you wrote. Oh, this all just sucks. Okay. Sell this, sell this. Probably use Regal on this. It's probably worth. Right, and then we can convert that like this. So this goes over here. We're not going to use this. We're not going to use this. Let's take these 3, reforge, bang, bang, bang. Cross our fingers. They've been live for an hour, but they're not starting the production, right? Damn. Cheers. Cheers to you too. Stay hydrated, right? Stay thirsty. Stay wet. Stay moist. What is this? Number of flash charges, monster pack at a 9. That's good. Here we go. The drops are happening. That's why I'm in PoE 1 playing PoE 2. Because you guys are going to be able to acquire drops for your account. Please type exclamation drops. Make sure you have the connection, please. You've got about 4 minutes. Type, like, don't assume. Make sure you know that your Twitch account and your Path of Exile account are linked. Make sure they're touching at the tip. This way you can have all the benefits, okay? It's just a free cosmetic. Don't miss out. You're going to do this anyway, so get the drop, okay, guys? Get the drop on this. It's only 18.69. I wish I had that. Yours is 8.19 higher than mine, so enjoy it. Basically another stick, yeah? Yeah, just, that's it. Tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Benna. Hi, Benna, nice to meet you. It's tomorrow. Is when the Path of Exile 2 drop hits, so they're cooking with gasoline, you know? Okay, let me see this. Coalesced Corruption. You're right, it doesn't add +1 level anymore. But this does, doesn't it? Cleansed? Interesting. That doesn't say +1 either. Is it confusing for you? Do you want to talk about the confusion, Wes? You want to get through it? Let me see here. Don't care about that. That's fine. Okay, we'll take this. What do we get? Hidden Grotto, big surprise. Sulfuric Caverns is fine, so twins twice. That's alright. Double bosses. Okay, good. Let me see. Shouldn't say tomorrow. That would be interesting. What do you see? That's not even the title of the stream. Yeah, that's not even the thing. Yeah. Post what you see. I think Wes. I don't know what you're reading. I don't know what that is, but it's not me. What's your next project? I think it's going to be a mercenary tactician, is what it's going to be. You're very welcome, Mushy Down. That's why I say it. 74% evasion. That's awesome. We can do so much better, though. Like, that chest it's a good start. Yep. Happens all the time everywhere, endotoxin. Every time, everywhere. They probably are, yeah. Really? So you have to actually check manually, fat kid. Got it. Yeah, 1 minute, 45 seconds. Let's get over there. Let's quit messing around. Twitch.tv/Path of Exile, or here you earn drops in either one. Are we all set? Let me verify. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going to have latency issues. Oh, their chat's booming. Boys and girls, let's enjoy some Secrets of the Atlas and see what's up. Let's try to learn some stuff, shall we? Let's see what happens here. You guys should be able to see everything? That's crazy. Did you see this? I mean, it doesn't determine everything, but this is fantastic for grinding gear games. They've got currently 92,000 individuals watching the live stream. The last Diablo 4 campfire had about 4,000 people. So it tells you where the ARPG, at least pulse, is on Twitch, if nothing else, right? It doesn't always represent everything, but that's interesting to see. All right, let me go ahead and refresh this sucker. Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. Let's have a nice time. Can you just give me a sound check? 77 if it's nice and loud, okay? Should be nice and loud for you. Is that okay? Whoa, they're doing... How are they getting 2K? I'll do 720p. How the hell are they getting 2K on Twitch? Wow, maybe Twitch does have new settings. Maybe you guys are right. I'll get this off the screen too. Anything we do, I appreciate it, but here we go. Oh, you're just tapping brakes on the highway is what you're doing. Look at this. Secrets of the Atlas discovered. Oh! See what happens. Good luck, everybody. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Ichi. Raptor arms.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers from Grinding Gear Games.
Pre-recorded content.
And today we're here to showcase a new expansion for PoE 1. It's certainly been too long since we had one of these. Now, we had some struggles as a studio for a little while there.
77, audio good?
We're back in action now.
Audio good,
Path of
guys?
Exile Secrets of the Atlas is coming out 1 week from now on the 13th of June. And we're committing right now to a 4-month cycle for both PoE 1 and 2.
77 now?
The next PoE 2 League will be in August, and the next PoE 1 League after that will be in October. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so you'll be able to claim your Skull of Undeath helmet skin by following the instructions
Thanks,
below.
guys. Hey, DX.
This Skull of Undeath will track and show your total number of kills, deaths, and your KDR.
Ooh.
Just because Path of Exile isn't a first-person shooter doesn't mean this isn't important. Proudly or shamefully, link it to your friends or in global chat to show it off.
I want to see yours. I want to see your skulls.
Let's get to why you're here. Secrets of the Atlas.
Yes.
You can search 1,000 worlds and still never truly discover who you are. Trust me. I should know.
Hot.
But now, I seek something more tangible. Someone I care for, trapped within the Atlas.
Ooh.
Reliving memories, made real.
What have you done?
Made grotesque. Made foul. These manifestations must be destroyed. Their threads must be eradicated. I must have answers. We must find the originator. We must save my sister.
Zana. Oh, okay.
Her power is an illusion made real.
Cool. Okay. Rune crafts, okay.
Drink deep the waters of life.
You're either a client or a target.
Target inside.
Job's done.
so
Your
much
sanity
so
is
much to
not
take in here.
promised to
I
you
see a
here.
lot of PoE2 overlap. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know what Runecrafts means. We're gonna learn.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts.
It's Mark Roberts.
Game director on Path of Exile. As you just saw from the trailer, there's a lot to show you. Today, we will take you on a deep dive into the new Path of Exile Secrets of the Atlas endgame update. Then, we'll explore the new Challenge League, the Mercenaries of Trathus.
Trathus, okay?
After that, we'll cover the integration of gold into PoE 1 and how we're bringing Settlers of Kalgur into the core game. Finally, we have a much-awaited upgrade to Betrayal League and a set of quality of life improvements. Then, we'll wrap up by discussing our boss kill race event, showing you our new supporter packs, and ending with a live Q&A session where Ziggy D will ask Jonathan and I your questions from Twitch chat. In Path of Exile Secrets of the Atlas, strange rifts have begun to appear across the Atlas. Zana has returned and appears to be trapped within.
And you're her brother, so you're
Partway through
okay.
the
Work with
endgame,
your brother,
you
sure.
will meet Egan, an intelligent man of mysterious heritage. These tears in reality he has discovered are actually threads of memory, distorted and made real by the Atlas.
It's cool.
Egan is able to create a link to these memory threads and open portals to them. Working with Egan, you must step through and find Zana, or whatever remains of her. Okay, so that's the story background, but how does this expansion actually work? In the Secrets of the Atlas, the pursuit of Zana with Egon is a new storyline that is introduced in high-tier maps. Upon meeting Egan and discovering the tier, he will then transfer it to your map device and reveal this on your atlas, a thread of memories. In order to now access each map on the thread, you simply need to talk to Egan when you're ready, and he'll open the areas in sequence. These areas can be fully influenced by your atlas tree, scarabs, fragments, and everything of the sort.
Egon, like Ghostbusters Egon. Yeah.
As you work your way along the thread, you will discover that these maps have manifested dangerous threats, influenced by the memories of Zana herself. Monsters here are imbued with memory petals. Defeat them to absorb this power, which can be unleashed as a special ability during combat. Different maps on the thread have different abilities, and these abilities appear on an additional mini skill bar next to your regular skills. For example, Memory of Disbelief will cause all affected monsters to stop dropping equipment items, meaning they can now only drop more valuable items, like currency and maps. Memory of Panic will make all affected monsters revive immediately after death, which means you can get twice as much experience and drops from them.
Big XP map.
And Memory of Impatience will cause all surrounding enemies to give you their souls, temporarily increasing your power. As you progress further into the thread of memories, the maps can have more than one memory, and thus you can have more than one powerful ability.
So you can double dip on monsters and double dip on currency?
You can use these powers together. Each skill costs its own amount of memory petals. So using the examples above, you can first use Memory of Impatience to become way more powerful, then use Memory of Panic to prepare them to revive when they are slain, then use Memory of Disbelief to cause them to drop better, more valuable items. Finally, obliterate them all. The Memory of Panic will kick in, causing them to revive.
That's insane.
And then wipe them out again, allowing you to get all the experience and enhanced drops twice. There are many combinations of these powers,
that's sweet.
so you'll have to carefully consider how they best work together. That's not the only extra layer of content juicing these maps offer. As you defeat the boss of each map along the thread, you are presented with an altar. This altar will apply a modifier to all following maps in the thread, and these will stack as you go.
Gross.
So the deeper you delve into a memory, the more mods you will have.
I see. Okay.
This, combined with the special abilities, will allow for some of the most juice maps ever run in Path of Exile.
Their servers are going to take
Let's
a shit.
take a look at some of the altar mods. You are always presented with two choices and must pick one. This mod, for example, will cause some rare monsters to be possessed by tormented spirits. Where this mod makes Kerak modifiers free to craft. Both of these apply to all subsequent maps in the thread.
Gross.
The final map in each thread is a true challenge, with all the altar mods applying to it and guarded by a powerful boss. Each of these bosses are familiar, but dreamlike, drawn from Zana's memories and warped by the Atlas into something very different and terrifying.
Huh.
In this map,
It's kinda
you will
cool.
fight the pinnacle boss, Cirrus. Fueled by Zana's affectionate memories of him, his enhanced abilities can prove to be a unique challenge.
Ooh, nice damage.
If you manage to defeat Cirrus, or one of the other warped memory bosses, they will drop a map fragment, which Egan can use to delve deeper into the memory tears.
So that's what we saw in the beginning, okay? Right.
With these, you can access a set of 3 new pinnacle bosses.
Okay.
In this arena, the Moment of Reverence, Zana is reliving a memory of her father, Valdo, giving a passionate speech in Oriath. The Atlas distorts this memory of her father as a powerful, influential man and manifests those emotions into a twisted nightmare.
Sweet.
The incarnation of dread.
That's going to be a
Another
bitch.
memory created is the incarnation of neglect
Cool.
and the incarnation of fear. Good luck, exiles.
Good luck.
Of course,
That's cool.
if you are brave and strong enough to defeat them, each of these new pinnacle bosses have new unique items befitting them.
Give us the gear.
If you slay the incarnation of fear, you might be lucky enough to find the Star Caller unique abyssal axe. We're
Interesting.
gonna show
Okay.
this one because it's straight up badass. The Star Caller axe is a weapon that can
Yes.
harness the power of the stars themselves to deal immense damage.
Calls it badass.
What makes it shine, however, is that on melee crit, it casts Starfall,
Yeah.
a new skill. With the right build, you can carpet entire areas and wipe out screens of enemies as you rain down the elements upon them.
I can't wait for like weapons like
Another
that in
item
PoE
you
2.
may find, and this one is my favorite, is the Wine of the Prophet unique flask.
Jesus Christ. Here we
It
go.
consumes a lot of charges, but every time you use it, you draw a random divination card.
That's
This
so
card
sick.
appears above you and correlates to a powerful buff. If you draw the Escape card, you'll gain increased movement speed. Or maybe you'll draw the Doctor, which will cause you to gain the modifiers of slain rares you kill. Effectively, you can think of this unique as being many other uniques all in one. There are
Awesome.
many cards to draw, each with varying degrees of power to grant.
So cool.
Okay, but let's get back to the Atlas.
That's so cool.
After defeating all 3 new pinnacle bosses, you'll be able to find new memory-influenced Tier 16 maps. These maps come with the previously mentioned special abilities and monsters infused with memory pedals, but can also roll the same modifiers typically found on Tier 17 maps, making them far more rewarding. With all these new memory maps comes a new item mechanic. Items in these maps can drop with memory strands, and will have a random amount, up to 100. This does a few things.
Implicit.
When you identify the item, it will increase the tiers of modifiers your item has. Generally speaking, the more memory strands, the better the item will be. On top of this, whenever you're crafting that item using currency orbs to replace or add modifiers, such as
level goes down?
alterations, chaos, and so forth, it will consume some memory strands to make the crafted mods more powerful. The new pinnacle bosses also drop new crafting currencies, which can be used to manipulate the amount of memory strands on an item. The Orb of Remembrance will let you add memory strands to any normal equipment. So if you have your perfect base to craft on, and it doesn't already have memory strands, you can add some before crafting it. The Orb of Unraveling will consume all remaining memory strands on an item
To reroll?
randomly upgrade its mod tiers.
Oh, wow.
This orb's effectiveness is based on the number of memory strands it consumes. The
Okay.
Orb of Intention can be used on memory influence maps to reduce item drops, but improve the chance to find items with memory strands. In the process of adding these new currency items, we realized something was missing. The Shaper and the Elder did not have their own Exalted Orbs. This has now been rectified. Both bosses now have Exalted Orbs, which can add their influence to an item.
Which is so good.
Zana was there from the beginning, when the Shaper Pinnacle fight was first added. She helped defeat the Elder, and she was a critical part of the Conqueror's storyline.
So good.
Now, with all 6 influence types having their own Exalted Orbs, the cycle is complete. It's almost as if we could now do some sort of new, epic, unique item to interact with them. In other news, there of course has to be Atlas passive tree support for this new in-game content.
That's funny.
Let's take a look at a few things we're adding. The Grasp the Past notable passive skill increases the chance for the amount of memory strands on items dropped in your memory influence maps to be lucky.
Awesome.
This means it will roll the number of memory strands twice, keeping the highest value. By allocating traumatic experience, remembered kindness, or educated upbringing, you'll decrease the chance of finding memory threads that lead to specific bosses, meaning you'll have better chances at finding the memory threads you would like to run.
That's cool.
This is especially useful if you want to target farm a specific boss because of its unique item drops. In sum, the secrets of the Atlas will have you questioning what is real as you attempt to free Zana from warped memories scattered throughout the Atlas. You'll fight new Guardian and Pinnacle bosses tormenting her, find crazy new Pinnacle uniques, combine and unleash memory petal-empowered skills, juice maps to new heights, and craft powerful new items.
Damn.
While we were showing all the juicy rewards from the new in-game system, you might have noticed that a lot of gold was dropping. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Gold was introduced during the Settlers of Kalgur expansion. It funded the development and operations of King's March, along with various new features such as the currency exchange, the black market, and the passive respec system with Faustus. Those features offered by Faustus will be here to stay, along with some of the other services King's March has to offer. We'll get more into that later, but don't worry, King's March has already been completed. There will be no more town
that's
building.
nice.
Like before, gold will be used for town services, but we're also adding a new way to use it in the upcoming league.
That's great.
It's time to talk about Mercenaries
This fucking
of
company
Trathus.
kills it, dude.
In this league,
Jesus.
you will meet veterans who have travelled all the way from the lawless cities of Trathus. They're ready to offer their sinister services, but not for free. You will encounter these mercenaries as you journey through Rayclast, one in each area. They have their own personalities and come with different builds, skills, and items already equipped. After meeting them, as per the Trathan Code, they will challenge you to a duel, a test of strength and conviction. Before beginning the duel, you will be offered an overview of the mercenary you've encountered. Here, you can see the gear they have equipped, the skills they employ,
They just brought mercenaries to Path of Exile?
augmenting those skills.
Can you change that out?
You must now make a choice. You can hire their services, take one of their items, or exile them. If you choose to hire them, for a gold cost, they will accompany you as a skilled combatant to assist you in fighting monsters throughout
Can you
Rayclast.
change their gear?
Once you've decided, you can begin the duel. This is a great opportunity to test them, as you don't want to be out of pocket with a useless rookie. However, they're testing you too. They also don't want to be working for an amateur. So, what items might they be using? Generally speaking, mercenary gear is more powerful than what you'd normally find from defeating monsters, as they've been crafting their items too. They can also come equipped with unique items, those that would make sense for the skills they are using. There are even some new unique items that can only be obtained from defeating them. One such unique is Scornflux. These boots combine agility with the mastery of the arcane.
Sick.
While equipped, increases to cast speed from Arcane Surge also apply to movement speed.
That's nuts.
Which is worth noting is now 20% inherently from Arcane Surge, up from 10. They also grant Arcane Surge when you use a movement skill. This allows for some speedy spellcasters.
That's sick.
Sometimes you may meet particularly infamous Trathan mercenaries, bearing the name of their house. These mercenaries descend from the 4 major death trade families in Trathus. They are less common, but have far better items. And they are also the sole source of items with new, infamous modifiers, unseen before in Rayclast, such as these gloves, which convert all of your minions' fire damage to chaos damage. Or this helmet, which causes nearby enemies to take more physical damage as you gain more fortification.
Jeez!
If you're not swayed by any of their equipped gear, however, you can always challenge them for the contents of their pockets. If you lose the duel, don't worry. You don't need to give them an item. You aren't bound to Trathan tradition like they are. However, you are bound to Ray class tradition, so you'll just die.
Almost had me. Well, not really.
That's cool. That's cool.
While playing in a party, each player can decide whether or not they want to participate in combat against the mercenary.
Oh, we can farm them?
For each player that opts in, the mercenary gets more difficult. But if they're defeated, each player has a 50% chance to get a random reward.
Oh, okay.
Which is usually currency items from the mercenary's pouch.
Okay. That's still cool.
Alternatively, party members that opt out of the fight can spectate and cheer you on. Or
Wow.
they might wish for your demise, so they can pick up that allocated divine waiting off screen.
Dirty move. So good.
Let's say you won the duel, like
That's
their
great.
items,
That's
and
great.
have decided to hire them. What combat skills do they bring to the table?
That's funny.
Each mercenary has an archetype. Here, this mercenary is an eruptor, which perfectly couples with my slower, more aura-focused scion. This mercenary is highly aggressive, and will get a lot of benefit from the auras and buffs I provided.
Wow.
When I'm playing a more aggressive character myself though, I'll want a mercenary with a bit more resilience and utility. I've just run into a striker, who can spawn with Vigilant Strike. And if you're lucky, a very rare golden support that causes the fortify granted by his Vigilant Strike to apply to me as well. He will also frequently use Enduring Cry,
Jesus.
taunting enemies off of me, and operating as a tanky frontline while I blitz off damage from the back. Sometimes when you fight a mercenary, you may notice the skills they're using are different from normal. For example, this sniper is using a Trathan version of Siege Ballista. If you're lucky, you will be able to select it as your reward when challenging them, then defeat them and they'll drop the Trathan gem as promised.
Jesus.
You can only have one mercenary accompanying you at a time, but up to 3 total in your service.
Dude, they brought
The other 2
mercenaries.
will wait patiently
Fuck.
in town. Having varied options is useful, as there may be situations where you need specific backup, like a difficult boss fight. Any of your mercenaries you have active, or in your reserves, can have their equipment replaced with items of your choosing. They don't level up, so you will want to be looking out for more skilled and more powerful mercenaries as you advance through the campaign and endgame.
Oh, that's the shit.
If your mercenary falls in combat, you will need to return to town and spend some gold on healing supplies to get them back on their feet. Then
You can-
perhaps consider giving them some upgrades, if you think it's deserved. I just wanted to clarify, mercenaries do not lose their equipment when defeated.
Wow.
If your merc buddy consistently fails you, you can just dismiss them and find a new, more resilient ally.
That's so crazy. Yeah, that's
You walk
crazy.
your path, I'll walk mine.
Earlier, I mentioned you could exile mercenaries. If you keep running into a mercenary archetype and you think, man, this guy stinks, their gear is trash and they have no auras, you can then choose to exile them. If you win the duel, they'll be forced to leave with their tail between their legs, and you won't encounter that archetype again for a while. Now, alongside these new Trathan arrivals, we shouldn't forget about the recent Kalguran ones too. As we mentioned earlier, the Settlers update introduced gold-based respeccing of passive points. You can now do so by talking to a number of NPCs throughout Rayclast, starting with Bestil and Lionized Watch.
Wow.
Black market item gambling, previously just available in Kingsmarch, is now available in each town at the same NPC. This lets you buy randomly generated item bases for gold. Very useful if you're stuck for upgrades or searching for a specific unique. The currency exchange will be returning too. Starting from Lionized Watch in Act 6, you'll be able to find Faustus, who can help facilitate these trades.
Excellent.
Now, after almost a year of building, Johan is finally satisfied with the upgrades made to the town. And now its services can be used to their full effect.
Are you kidding me? Look at this game.
Kingsmarch
What
is
the hell
going
is this
core,
game?
but there will be no more town building. As you start running maps in the endgame, you'll start to find different ore veins, which Kalguran workers can mine for you. The shipping mechanic invites you to send these ores and crops to Karui and Kalgurin ports, and they'll return rewards in kind.
The hell is this game?
By sending shipments, you'll receive different items. But by sending to Karui ports, you will also receive tattoos, which can be used on your passive tree to change
replace,
what stats they grant.
Crazy good.
The Kalgurin ports will be sending back rune grafts, which is a new passive tree mechanic that replaces the runesmithing service previously offered by the town. These are similar to tattoos, but instead of replacing stat nodes, they replace a passive tree mastery node.
Okay,
For
got
example, Runegraft of the Bound reduces bonuses gained from boots, but increases bonuses gained from gloves.
it. Okay,
Runegraft
cool.
of the River has a chance to recover your life to full if you reach low life. And the Runegraft of Time, which has a chance for your cooldown skills to instantly recover from their cooldown, which I will note includes cooldowns on your triggers, just in case you wanted to trigger even more spells. There are many other Runegrafts which cover a wide range of different builds and stats. Some are more common and others rarer. You can only use one of a given type at a time, but you can use them on any mastery on your passive tree, which can be particularly useful for off-class investment. Isla has continued to make modifications to the Recombinator. She has developed a new method of recombination that you may recognize from Path of Exile 2. For those unfamiliar, this method allows you to decide which modifiers on the two input items you want to try merge together, and it has a success chance you can see. This method can result in the items being destroyed. However, it is a good option to use when trying to create items with fewer mods to use as crafting projects.
Jeez.
Given the existing recombinating mechanic was very powerful for top-end crafting, we didn't want to remove it. We have kept it, and you can now choose to use it the old way or the new way. By letting fate decide, it will combine the two items randomly. There is no risk of destroying either item, but it will be less predictable.
Huh. Okay. Got it.
As Settlers is now a core mechanic, we've also added Atlas passive tree support.
Jeez.
For example, if you wanted to gather more Verisium ore, you could take this notable.
Sweet.
Each ore has a similar node.
That's great.
Refiner's Bargain converts items dropped by possessed monsters into thaumaturgic dust,
Sweet.
sulfite into random ores, and life force into random crops.
Awesome. Wow.
We've also added a set of Kalgurin scarabs, so you can add more ore deposits, increase the rarity of monsters that guard ore deposits to at least magic, or gather smelted bars from ore you mark instead of ores. To sum it all up, Kingsmarch is now a thriving town where you can employ a swath of workers to collect resources, refine ores, craft items,
Wow.
and run maps for you.
So crazy what
Send
you can
shipments
do.
of resources in exchange for
It's great.
tattoos and rune grafts, using those to modify your passive tree to an extent never seen before. Following on from that, we've also made a substantial rework to another important mechanic.
This too, like, my
Betrayal.
God.
As a refresher, and to explain to new players, let's briefly explain what Betrayal is. Betrayal is a mechanic introduced in Act 9 and tells the story of Jun Ortoy and her investigation of the Immortal Syndicate. This is a mysterious group of exiles who can seemingly come back from death. You must help Jun to uncover their leader, the Syndicate Mastermind. The Immortal Syndicate is organized into 4 divisions: transportation, fortification, research,
Intervention.
and intervention.
Yep.
As you encounter the Immortal Syndicate members, you'll gain intelligence for each of these divisions to discover the location of their leaders, tracking them to their safe houses. Defeating the division leaders at their safe houses will reward you with intelligence on the Syndicate Mastermind. In your journey to track down the Syndicate leader, you'll manipulate the members of the Immortal Syndicate to change divisions, form friendships and rivalries, and even banish them from the Syndicate for a time.
It's a really cool system, yeah. You get a lot of good rewards.
Historically, after encountering and defeating the Syndicate Mastermind, the state of the Immortal Syndicate would reset, requiring you to start from the beginning of the investigation again. This has always been a difficult decision for players and can often feel bad.
Yep.
Do you fight the Mastermind for a chance at the special loot, or keep farming the safe houses that you've spent so long setting up?
Yep.
Well,
I farm the safe houses.
in the Secrets of the Atlas expansion, we've split out the Mastermind to be completely separate from the core mechanic.
Damn.
The boss is now accessible through a new fragment
That's
that has a
great.
chance to drop from the safe house leaders at high levels.
That's so great.
The Mastermind no longer resets the state of the Immortal Syndicate. You can now build your betrayal board to your liking, optimize it, do Mastermind fights, and
Wow.
reap the rewards without having to lose all your progress every
That
time.
is fucking huge.
The boss fight itself has also been improved, now with significantly fewer immunity phases and new rewards.
Wow.
By the way, if you're a new player to Path of Exile 1, don't worry about all this detail. This content is optional, and you can discover and engage with it at
That's
your
so
own pace.
crazy.
The Mastermind still has a chance to drop a Veiled Orb, now renamed to Veiled Exalted Orb. Veiled Chaos Orbs are being re-added to other safe house leaders. In addition, the Mastermind now drops the new All Flame Embers. All Flame Embers are map fragments that replace monster packs in in-game maps with different types of special monsters. These packs have unusual properties, compositions, or rewards. For example, you might use the All Flame Ember of Kulamak, which replaces packs with Syndicate monsters and their leaders, who revive after the map boss has been slain.
Wow.
This might at first sound annoying due to backtracking, but these monsters when revived are far more intense and rewarding. It is our intention with All Flames to provide many different types that combine with other mechanics, multiplying with your existing modifiers in new and interesting ways.
Oh, man.
Another good example of this is the All Flame Ember of Propagation. When slain, special rare monsters added by this All Flame here will spread their modifiers to other rare monsters in the map.
Better loot.
This can be useful when trying to create singular, very powerful, and very rewarding monsters. Something akin to meat sacks, which are making a reinvented comeback with this update too.
Yeah.
Another is the All Flame Ember of Resplendence, which adds monsters that drop no items. But when you slay them, you get buff stacks of increased quantity and rarity to enhance the drops of all other monsters.
And if you're in a memory map, you spawn
All
them
Flame
twice.
Embers can be placed in your map device like scarabs, and used in conjunction with scarabs to further customize your maps. We're
Everyone's
looking forward
hitting.
to seeing which combinations players find to enhance their maps.
Everyone's hitting
Perhaps
mirrors
you'll
this
use
season.
all scarabs, all flames, or maybe mix and match. It's up to
Wow.
you. The Mastermind's unique items have also been improved. The veiled modifiers generated on these items are now from a custom pool exclusive to those uniques. Bitter Bind Point, for example, can now have
Jeez.
various Spectre-specific outcomes, such as +1 additional Spectre. Aside from improved rewards from the Mastermind, all the safe house rewards have
Oh, nice.
also been rebalanced.
Nice.
We've done a pass on the crafting sprees at the end of many safe houses. For those who aren't aware how these crafting sprees work, well, it's simple. There's a crafting bench with an item in it and a bunch of currency. There's a limited amount of time, and your only objective is to craft the best item possible before the time ends. One of the problems that the crafting sprees have is that they often require you to have specific items on hand in order to best maximize your result. But how are you supposed to know that beforehand?
Right.
In order to solve this, most of the crafting sprees now offer pre-generated items. This has also allowed us to add much more powerful crafting options in each spree.
It's fantastic.
Let's take a
Yep.
look at a few examples.
Dude, you said a beachhead? Like what?
In this spree, a randomly generated amulet or ring will be waiting for you. Test your crafting skill or luck with this Reflecting Mist crafting spree, and see if you can create something worthy of Kalandra's praise. And in this spree, you will find a
Jeez.
pre-generated unique item,
Jeez.
and a new kind of orb that resembles a Valor,
Yeah, okay.
but not quite the same.
Gin touched.
Normally, you can only corrupt an item once, but uniques in this spree can be corrupted and re-corrupted as many times as there are orbs.
What?
This orb also allows you to get 2 corrupted implicits, and has a much lower
Jeez.
chance to brick the item.
This is crazy,
It can be
dudes.
a very useful tool for seeking specific corrupted implicit outcomes. Of course, if you push your luck, you can still ruin the item.
You just get a mirror. You can sometimes get a mirror.
There are also crafting sprees where you still need to provide an item, but those items are generally more accessible and it occurs less frequently. This one
Okay.
allows you to bring your own normal rarity item. then just go ballistic with a whole ton of scouring orbs and orbs of chance.
That's funny. That's
hoping
funny.
to get your ideal unique.
That's funny. Okay. You're
For
gonna
most
spam.
sprees, the
That's
rank
great.
of the Syndicate member increases the amount of currency provided, the quality of the pre-generated items, and the time allowed to craft your item. Aside from the crafting sprees, there are other new options too. If you love gambling for currency, how about you try opening Varici's Emperor's Luck chests? These work just like the Emperor's Luck divination card and provide full stacks of currency.
Right.
If you're lucky enough, unlike me, you could end up with a whole lot of divines.
Venter's Gamble Box. Venter's Gamble Box. Hey, Clip.
Betrayal is a good source of veiled items. Veiled items have some important quality of life improvements in this expansion too. All of the crafting bench options normally granted by unveiling items are instead now moved to the core game.
Awesome.
So you don't need to run Betrayal to unlock them. They are instead found at the entrances to boss rooms and in-game maps.
This is much better, I think.
On top of that, you no longer need to speak to Jun to unveil items.
Yeah, that's great.
You can just right-click them, or the equivalent on gamepad, and select which veiled modifier you want to unveil. Overall, Betrayal is now much more streamlined and more rewarding.
I agree.
Happy interrogations.
Hey, God, you mad? Hey. I know a lot of you guys are lost from PoE 2. I understand. I totally understand. And I will make it less confusing for you. I promise I will.
Let's
in time.
quickly talk about some character balance. We
Here we
will
go.
be doing our regular character balance changes where we are bringing outliers in line to help evolve the meta, but we are also focusing our attention on buffing some specific things. This includes spellcasting supports that specifically enhance self-casting builds, channeled spells, adding new options to the Guardian, Berserker, Elementalist, Saboteur, and Champion Ascendancy classes, which include some favorites from some of the alternate classes from Legacy of Frisia, and buffing a whole bunch of transfigured gems that never really hit the mark. Combined with the new endgame crafting, improved Betrayal crafting options, rune graphs for your passive tree, new pinnacle unique items, new modifiers and Trathan gems from the mercenaries, and of course the mercenaries themselves to act as an extension to your character, it's safe to say there's a lot of new character options and builds to think about.
Jesus, Murphy.
Instead of delving into all of these in more detail, we figured we'd just let you absorb them through the patch notes so you can do it at your own pace.
That's great. We're not
In
telling you we
the
did.
sequence of the Atlas expansion, we've also added a lot of the quality of life features that we
Escape,
know
this
you've
is
all been
PoE
asking
1.
for. A
Here we
lot
go.
of these
Here we
have
go.
already been posted, but let's take a look now in case you missed any.
Here we go. Here we go.
You can now pause the game at any time by pressing escape to open the menu, or by opening any full-screen interface, like the passive tree.
Sick.
You'll also be paused if any lag is detected, or if you disconnect.
Sick.
It's worth noting that in certain Pinnacle arenas, a debuff will be applied to you that prevents you from pausing.
Great choice.
We're also making a change to how you use currency items on strongboxes and monsters imprisoned in essences.
Amazing for new players.
Based
Love
on
it.
the currency in your inventory and the state of the strongbox, these buttons will appear. Valuable currency like divine orbs have been excluded from this as it would often be wasteful to use in this context.
That's
The same
that's
applies
generous.
to essences with the remnant of corruption currency. Orbs of Horizon have been updated. They can now re-roll your Elder and Conqueror Guardian maps.
Huge.
Doing so will re-roll the base map and the Guardian of that map. The map device now has a small additional inventory. This is particularly useful if you're rolling many maps to run in sequence.
Huge.
Or if you want to use varying amounts of scarabs or other map fragments.
Yeah, huge.
During breach encounters, all the splinters will be automatically collected and dropped at the end of the breach.
Feels good, huge.
On gamepads, we have separated the targeting of monsters and non-monsters, so you are able to target them independently. This removes a bunch of frustration when you are trying to interact with objects in the world and monsters are nearby.
Massive.
You no longer have to kill all of them first. Vendor windows will now remember your last search. This is remembered until you log out and is remembered on a per NPC basis.
Good for speedrunning,
The amount of
huge.
characters you can type in the search field has also been increased. When using currency items, after right-clicking them, it will highlight all other items which that currency can be used on.
Good for new players, huge.
There are many other quality of life improvements, so keep an eye on the patch notes after this livestream
Oh, if they had
concludes.
WASD, huge.
Alongside the launch of Secrets of the Atlas, we are hosting a competitive event where players will race to be the first to kill the new Pinnacle bosses. The event will take place in the hardcore, solo self-found Mercenaries of Trathis League. we have some interesting prizes in store for the winners. Keep an eye on the news in the lead up to launch for more details about how the event will work and what its prizes are.
He licks his
Next
lip,
up, we're going to be talking about our new
Oh,
League
here we go.
supporter packs.
Give it to us.
Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs.
Free game, by the way.
The Frisian Magistrate and Crypt Keeper packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way.
Lies.
The Frisian Magistrate series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. The Frisian Magistrate character effect will bind your character in thorny vines and roses.
That looks dumb.
You can select which parts of the character you want to have covered.
Do the flowers grow?
Either your entire body, your lower body, or your upper body. As you approach waypoints, it will emit leaves and golden petals towards it. When activating the
There we go.
waypoint, it will create a burst around you.
Of course.
Envelop your weapon in thorny vines and golden flora with the Frisian Magistrate weapon effect. Your weapon will also create a trail to match as you swing, and even comes with its own hit effect when slaying enemies. You are the law while wearing the armor of the powerful Frisian Grand Magistrate. The Spider Blossom pet activates its defense mechanism.
I don't want any more plants.
Disguising it as an elegant flower when
No more
near
plants.
rare or unique enemies.
Okay.
The Frisian Imperial Magistrate back attachment comes in 2 forms.
Okay, that looks cool.
Equip either the Tombstone variant, which will leave tombstones in your honor when you meet your demise, or equip the Cape variant to cause the corpses of slain enemies to become enveloped in rose thorn vines and blossom with golden flowers.
Oh, so nice.
Keep track of how well, or poorly, your ultimatums with the Trial Master have gone with the Trials of Chaos hideout decoration.
I've seen that in PoE too.
It will keep track of the total number of waves completed, the total number of ultimatums succeeded, or even failed. On top of that, it will track the total number of times you've defeated the Trial Master himself. The Crypt Keeper pack series also contains
Ooh, nice
6
armor.
exclusive microtransactions.
Nice armor.
With the Crypt Keeper finisher effect, death itself will tear through into the realm of the living and steal the soul of slain unique enemies. The Crypt Keeper portal effect creates a gateway for lost souls to pass through.
It's kind of cool. Show me the armor though. Give me the armor.
Become the true master of the undead by wearing the hallowed Crypt Keeper armor set. It comes with a more armored helmet variant and a creepy mask with a spectral hood. Looking to have some fun during idle time in your hideout? The Burrowing Bramble Bash hideout decoration will test your reaction
Are you
speed
kidding me?
as you try to whack as many Devourer
They
heads
put
as
whack-a-mole
possible in the
in?
shortest time. It also comes with a scoreboard, so you can try to set new records to show off to your friends or just visitors coming to trade. Equip yourself with the Ghostly Dead as you ride the
we
line
go.
between the living and the dead with the Sacred Crypt Keeper back attachment.
Cool.
The Sacred Archives map device resembles a
Ooh.
magical library with the works of scholars that come to life
Harry
when you open a
Potter.
map.
Very cool.
This map device tracks how many of each core league you've completed in in-game maps.
Ah. Neato.
These packs are now available for purchase on both PC and console.
Free
and will
game, by the
remain
way.
so during Path of Exile, Mercenaries of Trathus.
Wow.
Additionally, any microtransactions from these supporter packs will be made available for use in Path
This
of
is
Exile
nuts.
2. Meanwhile, the Paladin and Penance packs leave the store forever at the launch of the Mercenaries of Trathus League. So now's your last chance to purchase them.
This is a lot of content,
Additionally,
man.
the
This
Dawn
is
of
nuts.
the Hunt mystery box will be made available for Path of Exile 1. If you have already unlocked any microtransactions from this box in Path of Exile 2, you will of course immediately have access to them in Path of Exile 1. Thank
Free
you
game.
so
Free
much
game,
for
by
your
the way.
ongoing support.
Yeah.
We're just about to start the Q&A
I have
with
to
Ziggy
watch
Dick.
this. I have to watch this.
Afterwards,
This is great.
we'll post the full patch notes for Path of Exile, Secrets of
Secrets of We
the
Freeze?
With release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information
Don't crash the game. I'm at 720p. It's a
you'll
secret?
need for the
No.
release. Keep an eye on the news. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to dueling mercenaries.
No! Yep. The changes alone are so
fighting
crazy.
new pinnacle bosses in the endgame, and exploring the new crafting
I
systems.
mean, I'm on
and character builds
720p.
next week.
Here.
We'll begin the Q&A shortly,
let's try this.
so please get your questions ready.
Let me refresh. Don't break everything, man. Go. All right. No. Come on. Get your mic set up. The sound stuff, junk and sound effects. Boom, boom. Ziggity. Kiwi's talking about.
Welcome back, Exiles, to another.
Their Twitch one's lagging out. Yeah, it is. Dude, he's talking without moving his mouth. He's a ventriloquist.
Very large Q&A covering all that we have to cover.
Okay, 480p.
I am, of course, joined by Jonathan and Mark. Welcome back, folks.
Are you guys getting the slideshow?
Once again.
Oh, come on.
Have you over?
Yeah, cheers.
Go. Yes, we're all shaking hands. Let's go.
That's it. There was a lot.
It has to be because the channel's got 141,000 live viewers.
I think pressure on this one for you guys. Like, it's been a long time since we've had a big...
Is there a YouTube link we can watch instead? Maybe the server can sustain it better. If anybody has a link, whisper it to me. I'll check it out.
Sure.
June 13th.
How did you guys feel going into this, and how do you feel like you've been able to deliver?
I mean, honestly, I'm like pretty happy with it.
I'm not pleased with the quality of the Q&A. Yeah. Oh, dude, I have it set to 480.
It isn't a full year of
360.
The main thing is we're kind of back in action now. We've worked out the model for.
This is a content reveal. 160p.
And ultimately, what it required is kind of like merging the.
Jesus, guys, I'm at 720 here.
Having everything so that everyone's able to work on.
I'll tell you,
not necessarily simultaneously for a given person.
The slideshow is
we need
the future.
Sort of, our best people to be able to work.
Don't you fucking dare with foreshadowing.
On both
no,
games,
dude, no.
Good.
Their servers are solid. That
effectively means that merged sort of approach is definitely.
Yeah, dude, the server went away at the Roa. It grabbed it from the server room and ran down the road.
Now that we're back to sort of fixing deadlines again and everything like that, I think it will just go a lot smoother.
You got your drop notification? Okay. Earn drops. Did I get my drops? Okay, guys, check to see if you got drops.
Effectively, they were kind of got.
Oh, they have a technical difficulty screen. These guys are cooking so good. Is this planned? That's hilarious to have a technical difficulty. That is awesome. That is it. That's how you know. Yeah, right. Oh, man. I made one of those and my webcam didn't work, but that's great, dude. They don't give a shit. Technical difficulties. Oh, who does it? Who else does it? Nobody else does it, dude. They don't care. They just don't care. That's hilarious. That's some funny shit. Wow. All right. I'm going to lower the volume for a second and just give some immediate thoughts. I was supposed to roll my starting class. I haven't seen the patch notes yet. I can't do that. There's so much value to this game. So much value coming to the game that I can't wait to try. A completed King's March is very exciting for me. I like the idea that I could farm maps to get the kind of like orichalcum ore or whatever I need. I can just choose that. That's really exciting. One of the craziest things that they talked about, the mercenaries. You can hire a mercenary. So if me and you guys get together, yeah, the visual clutter is going to be wild, but we could have 4 Righteous Fire characters in the same map with just 2 players. Like, that burn alone is going to solve a lot of problems. The Betrayal League changes. The pausing of the game helps me talk to you guys and not really miss any beats because I don't have to worry about it. That's one of the benefits of playing PoE 2 is that I can just pause. I can just talk to you. I think Tasty Sensei had a really good comment too. He said like Path of Exile 2 early access is like a testing ground for PoE 1 stuff. I think it's both. I think they're borrowing off each other, which is what you're seeing. It's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to play yet. I don't know. I got to see the patch notes and stuff. But this company is killing it. It's such a great job. I'm so inspired to play it. I hope that I can get into T17 maps and clear the content. I like fighting bosses. And there's 3 new pinnacle bosses. There's so much good stuff going on here. Just so much good stuff going on. That I'm not even like scraping the surface here. I can't believe it. I can't believe how good it is. Discord also. Oh, go ahead. Hey, Madvig. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy improvements. Yeah, you're not wrong. What do you got here? You've been taking screenshots the whole time? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is incredible, you guys. It will. I shouldn't say it will be in Pee-wee 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. You know. Okay, what is this? Thank you very much. Thank you, Dafto. Appreciate it. Yeah, okay, I got it. Great. So their servers are fucked, eh? The Twitch server, I guess, took a shit. Took them down? Yeah. No, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah. Lilith Petals Shade? I don't know about that. I don't know, man. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Give it to me. Oh, here's one. I need to know, like, curious. How many people in the room have no idea about Path of Exile 1? You just play PoE 2. 77 in chat. You just have no idea. You saw all this. It sounds like I'm interested, but you don't really get why. Can't really follow it. Not sure. Moreland, you're one of them. Yeah, Bingus doesn't know. Okay. All right. So a couple things, dudes. This starts on the 13th, so it's coming up quick. All right. It's a free game. You need to hear this. Any of the stash tabs you bought in Path of Exile 2, they will work in Path of Exile 1. And it's vice versa. So if you're playing Path of Exile 1, if you join me on the adventure, then you can just go ahead and enjoy that. And it works both ways, okay? So refresh, it's back. Okay, thanks, man. I do want to hear this. I want to hear what they're talking about. Here we go.
Long Q&A session here. So I did ask the question that
they're very quiet.
Nearly a year since the last major Path of Exile release, it feels like there's, a fair bit of pressure on this one to be something pretty major, but also to show that you
Max
guys
audio, super quiet.
Still love and care about Path of Exile 1 and have a future for it.
Sure, yeah. So, as I was just saying, like, I feel like we've kind of finally got our shit together as a studio now, as I said in the intro. So we've sort of changed our approach. We've we've merged the development teams back together. We've kind of got everyone on one floor in the middle layer, like all the developers. And now we're kind of making it so that, we're effectively moving people, backwards and forwards from PoE 1 and 2.
77, is the audio good?
As needed.
Yeah, it's good.
And that's definitely a much better structure for us because it just means that we get, all our best people can work on, whatever game needs it right now.
Thank you.
We've always worked well with kind of the fixed, in the past, sort of with the fixed deadline model where it's like, we have a fixed deadline, but if we, and what's in the patch depends on what's ready by the time we get there, and I think that's just going to result in a much better experience for players. And so now that we've kind of got that, I mean, this really represents what we can deliver sustainably, what we can deliver in 4 months, and so we'd expect to see this kind of amount of content every 4 months, as we go forward, and for PoE 1 and 2 as well. So now that things are back, I would say we're kind of back in our stride again. Things should go a lot smoother from now.
In some, we're back.
That's not way
so back.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we're back.
I did feel like that. I feel like the reception's been very positive so far, and I've been having a bit of a chance to play around with mercenaries, which are exceeding my expectations in terms of how fun and powerful they are. I feel like you guys have made them really powerful too. So
we've honestly been talking about making a mercenary for probably 5 to 10 years. It's been one of those things that
you've been telling me about it for years.
Yeah, exactly.
It came up with the PoE 2 Rogue Exiles. Came up during Settlers League. That's just the. Well, recent. I mean,
you can buff your mercenary. You can be the Orbot for your mercenary.
Last league, you put out this system where you have these exiles that you send out on maps, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna gear them and all this stuff.
That's right, Paul.
And it's like, oh, I can't wait. That's what I've always wanted. And then it was at that, and I'm like, oh, now you're never gonna do that because you did this instead. And then literally next league, you do the mercenaries finally. So was it like waiting on something? Was there something that needed to happen there?
I guess it was more just a question of having a good design for how it could work, and there was a couple of other things. One thing that wasn't really mentioned in the video very much is that the mercenaries do count as half a player for the purposes of drops and monster difficulty. And so that's going to kind of change the calculus a little bit. You're effectively getting 9-player difficulty and loot, which there is some differences to the way that works now. But that's kind of one of those things that if we just added mercenaries without doing something like that, then it would mean that the game would be too easy. So that's why we've kind of got that situation going on.
It means at best, if you're more bad build, bad character, new player, whatever you want to call that. you know, they're going to carry you probably, or could carry you. And at worst, if you're, you know, the power of 10,000 gods and have infinite everything and screen coverage and DPS, then they're just boosting your loot. Right, so there's a flaw there on either side that is just going to be beneficial to every single player. So
You just said it.
Sounds like absolute beautiful chaos, like 6-player party plus 6 exiled mercenaries.
Our initial design had it that you could have up to 6 players, or, you know, 1 player and, well, I guess 3 players and 3 mercenaries. You know, it was like a mercenary takes a player slot is what we initially.
That was
had.
the initial way to think about balance, but I think it wouldn't have been nearly as good because like you want the mercenary to be part of your build, to feel like it's actually you know, because you know it comes with like auras and things like that. Like effectively that all becomes part of your build at that point. So it's kind of important that you don't have to sacrifice that when you're playing in a party with other people.
Didn't want to have the thing of like, okay, you join your 3 friends and then whose mercenary gets used.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
do I not get to have my guy now? And I don't get, you know. So it's you know, we ended up getting away from that and just going everyone bring the merc, and which results in peak chaos. But you know, it's fun.
Amazing.
And I mean, you can also have an animate guardian, and you did tell me that there's changes for that as well.
Yes, of course you can have. In fact, I expect a lot of people to now have. You have your 6-player party with your 6 mercenaries and everyone with them animate guardian, because I mean, how can you add mercenaries and then have a point to say that they don't drop loot when they die, and also not make the same change to animate guardian? However. If they do die in the instance, you can't bring them back. So at least there is still that penalty to having them be weak. So if they just die at the start, they're gone. Yeah.
Until you play another.
It's going to result in a lot more people using Animate Guardian in their build. But now you have to gear up your character, 1 Animate Guardian and 1 mercenary. So we'll multiple mercenaries technically. So we'll see how the itemization and trade economy goes in that regard. And
yeah, I mean that's kind of cool though. Is like having all that extra demand for gear and. It's
it's great.
Yeah, I was
fucking awesome.
Thinking about how I want to keep some of this gear aside for like the potential mercenary I was trying.
Yeah,
to find
Wahid
like
is the dream. That
adds a lot to that.
Tomorrow, Sheppy drops tomorrow.
I did want to, before we get stuck into some of the new content, just kind of like help ease people who maybe are a little bit worried about the future of Path of Exile just a little bit more. So this is what you hope to be able to deliver every 4 months, and you've got a much more strict kind of like approach to that now, where you were saying to me like, well, if this thing that you're talking about is not ready, then it's not going in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas before you would push the date, I felt.
Exactly, 100%. So we've been in the kind of push the date mindset, I would say, for like a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And in the past, we were never like that. We were way more strict with it. And I think it was definitely beneficial to do that.
Thank you.
It was so hard to develop PoE 2 at the same time.
Get in here.
All that stuff. So now that we're kind of like in the mode where we can support both with the release frequently, it means we can kind of go back to that model. And as I said, I think it'll just
they're just kind of talking about back and forth.
I just want to make sure we are always going to be that whole like plus or minus 1 week flexibility, because you have things like
there might be like
holidays, conventions,
Thank you very much.
clashes with things and all that. So obviously you get
Thank you for the raid. Come on
just
in.
before we get held to the strict to the day 4 month thing. But
thank you very much.
You know, yes, it is the goal. Yeah, 100%. You go back to that. I think there is a
welcome in,
it is
guys.
very, very important that you have, you know, as a player and a long-term player of a game, of which many of our players are, you have that consistency and you know what to expect, and you can be like, yes, I've played for my month, I've played for my 2 months, I know I can just, stop for 2 or swap to the other game, do that, and then I can know it's going to be coming again in 2 months, instead of that just like
there for me again when I need it.
that like unknown is very sad, honestly, as a developer and as a player. And
hey Darth, what's up, dude?
Certainly don't want to do that ever again.
I imagine it has a toll on the team in terms of them like knowing, because it's hard to make content, I imagine, and just not have it get shipped. Like, because it's the date's being pushed out.
It depends on the person. Some people kind of like actually prefer that more. Some people do really like the deadlines. It's honestly a variety.
Yeah, okay. Bit of a mixture. And you mentioned blending the teams.
They're
together.
all one-legged sitters,
a
Grin.
big change,
That's what it is.
before you were explicitly trying to separate them, and there was the question of like, well, there's problems with that, right?
Yeah. Well, so I mean, we had problems when they were blended originally, like years ago, where PoE 2 wasn't getting like that deadline was so far out that it kind of works. So we had to split the team to get PoE 2 shipped at that point. But now that we're back in, like releasing frequently, it just makes more sense to bring everyone back together again. And it keeps the expertise up and makes sure that, like the games are there's just technical things like making sure that the engine is like in sync for both games and that kind of stuff. Like, there's just so many elements that sort of make it better to have everyone merged together, I think.
I imagine it helps with the cross-pollination between games. We just got pausing, which is
for sure.
one of
Pausing
my
is so
most
huge. It's such a
wanted
huge thing.
Quality of life improvements.
So
That's
huge.
a phenomenal announcement. But I certainly see people asking about things like WASD and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The support for the future is...
Unfortunately,
a thing.
WASD just can't really happen because, I say that, but there's the thing, right? So effectively, in order for WASD to happen, we would need to be able to change the rigs over to the PoE2 character rigs.
Yes.
In order for that to happen, we need to get all the micros ported over, and then we'd need to port all of the armors from PoE1 over to those rigs as well. So it would be a really long-term thing. Yeah. There might be a world one day where that can happen, but it's certainly a long process to get that to happen.
That's what I was kind of wondering is, like, do you envision a situation where Path of Exile 1 is, like, warrants that sort of massive effort in a year or two or something like that?
Once we've got all the microtransactions ported, which we're doing anyway, then it wouldn't be like so bad. I mean, it would be a lot, but not like, not like completely unreasonable. So it's a thing that could happen, but it's a lot of effort to get that feature. So the main reason to do it isn't even for WSD. It's because we've been pretty unable to make new combat animations for PoE1 for so long due to all of the problems with the rigs. So if the main reason to do it would be that we can make like new actual melee skills properly again. That would be the reason.
Let's cut the shit.
I mean, hopefully
they're
we can get to that.
100% doing it. They're 100% doing it.
A lot of the skills
100%.
you notice, and if people have been playing PoE1 for
it's happening. Deal.
years, any of the new skills
they're adding that shit. It's going to happen. Like it's going
and
to.
they're not exactly the most modern things.
They didn't say when, but it will. Down the road.
You
down
get
the road.
to do the cool custom flurries with like your swords and combos and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
I mean, you still obviously have Cyclone, where you just spin in a circle, and if you remove all the effects from that, you're literally just on a pivot doing this. It looks a little bit silly, but
I am keen to do it though. Like it's just it'll take a while.
Yeah. It's I feel like I notice the kind of an increasing disparity between like the bosses in PoE1 kind of like pushing further ahead because you have a bit more freedom, I guess, to use more modern.
Well, the bosses are new, like new content, right? So they get to just and the engine's the same, so you get to use all the modern tech for completely new content.
So they're looking like better and better and better. But
the bosses do look good. They do look better. I gotta say, I agree.
Don't need to rig anything to the bosses. They don't need to equip 10,000 microtransactions, thankfully.
So that's a unique challenge for you. But it seems like you've got a plan.
Exactly right, Crazy. Exactly right.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. So
he's reading. He's reading something
like
for sure.
Discussion is like something that people often have been mentioning is this idea that like maybe they love Path of Exile 1, but they're not that interested in Path of Exile 2. And they maybe feel like their money when they buy a supporter pack for Path of Exile 1 is going to a company that's developing both games, and one of those being something that they're maybe not that interested in.
Right. Well, I mean, like ultimately, like now that we're kind of in the shared model, like it's kind of. It doesn't really, it's sort of hard for us to say, like, that like money goes to one particular team or another. Like, it doesn't really work like that because we're all merged. The main thing is just to understand is that when we're in PoE1 development mode, then PoE1 takes precedence and like any resource that it needs, like there's not going to be we can't do this because PoE2 needs it. And when we're in PoE2 development mode, it's like, it's the opposite of that, right? Where like we've got that sort of going on. So there's always going to be people working on each game, like all the time. But it's like, if one's going to come out soon, that one is getting all the attention. And so like every resource that PoE1 could possibly need for this expansion was moved to it, to make that happen.
Yeah, I got to see that firsthand walking around. It was like 95% of people working on PoE1 right now.
Right, in this moment, because it's in the last week. But but it's kind of variable. Like, I mean, if you look at things like I mean, you've probably got a better idea of the breakdown. It's like how much the VFX team was working on PoE1 versus 2 in like the last,
Yeah, the whole, all but 1 is currently on PoE. All but 2. I guess that doesn't really make sense. They don't know how many. So 80% of the team is on PoE1 right now.
Yeah. But it's kind of variable through the months.
But like, the dynamic thing is because obviously we had like 021 for PoE2 that we're working on, and like yesterday I moved some people onto that, quickly got some stuff across the line, literally 2 hours later moved them back, and like it's like pretty hyperactive,
right?
Like, but honestly, that's kind of how our leadership style is. We kind of just we're a little bit crazy.
But I also think that developing Zero to One at the same
good.
time is kind of proof that it's possible. Like to make sure that we can actually support both games at the same time.
I mean,
with the level of support we need. I mean, there's those videos even that were made by the like we're getting more people. It's like we can kind of manage it. So
I do feel like this is a positive upswing in that regard. Like it was definitely a bit of wavering there for a while, but I went from a 1-game studio to a 2-game studio.
One thing to note, and this is you say about the bosses going up and the characters, saying this, like that is also because we are, it is very, very, very useful in the same sense that certain game features get taken from one game to another. Like we see a lot of the quality of life stuff come to PoE 1. Those bosses are, you know, animated or rigs from PoE 2 that we have like fully remodeled and reskinned. So you get to reuse that entire animation set. Sure, you got to tweak some stuff, but then like you can have one animation be 8 different skills if you know, put your mind to it and actually design the different outcomes.
Awesome.
So you end up with this thing where, you know, we're actually harvesting a lot of materials back from PoE 2 to 1. Yeah. And this is how we're going to be able to get even more bosses, even more monsters, even more of that content just all the time. So
it's in ways where players can't tell though. Like it's really quite invisible.
You wouldn't. Some people might be able to see. Like, wait, I feel like I've seen that before, maybe, but you'd have to look real close and be real into it. Yeah. And so obviously, I know me saying it removes the allure of it, but like it is like ultra beneficial to be able to harvest all that art. Mm-hmm. And so you can look at it as like, oh, that PoE 2 art is going on PoE 2. It's not like all of that. I'm just constantly going, I'm going to take that, you know.
And the tech as well, of course, right?
Oh,
like,
that's hey, thank you.
Renderer features we're making, like all that stuff, like you get to use it all.
So hopefully it's more of a positive thing. But
Thank you for the 5 gifted subs,
what it all really comes down to is people just want to know that they can feel confident that
Rob, congratulations. Unnova, congratulations. SPZ, 2333, excuse me. Saket, congratulations.
100%.
Profies, go say thanks. Doug Vapor, 76.
What, every 4 months?
I don't want to talk over him too much,
every
but thank
2
you.
months, 6 releases.
6 releases a year.
Wild.
6 releases a year, that's going to be holy.
Thank you.
If you guys can pull that off for a year, that's going to be wild. I'm looking forward to it. But I mean, and to allay people's concerns, I guess, in that regard, is you were telling me that this expansion is like this is part of a multi-season story arc that you're saying.
100%. Like with obviously you there's a whole bunch I can rant about here, but effectively, yeah, obviously you see Zana coming back. I know, spoiler, sorry, but it kind of was important.
Yep.
You know, you got Zana coming back, and you've got you know, it's an additive storyline for now, and that was kind of on purpose because I wanted the end game to be still familiar. I wanted people, after coming back after almost a year, to still have the core of the end game be familiar, but have this additive layer on top that's cool and new and they can explore. And I didn't want to like completely rework all the mechanics, and people are like, I want PoE 1, finally a PoE 1 expansion. They come back and they're like, the hell is this end game? This isn't what I remember. This isn't what I was familiar with. So it was really important with this update to have a layer of familiarity across the board.
Yes.
And then like improved and reworked things and removing, you know, obviously with Betrayal, we've removed a lot of the constraints and annoyance and all of that, but it's still mostly just additive stuff on top. Same with the end game. The League is obviously additive, the mercenaries. So having that there, so there's that core Path of Exile 1 familiarity, was important for this one. But yes, it is like part 1 of a new arc of the end game storyline. Zana's back. We've got a whole new thing to explore. I'm not going to spoil too much of what exactly happens, but there's some cool shit in there. But effectively, it's like a way to think about it is we're now kind of we're going to, over obviously a relatively long time, have the era of the primordials kind of phase out and have the era of this new endgame phase in. And so, yeah, it's kind of set up for, right now it's an additive one. Maybe the next endgame one would be a bit more transformative, and then we'll go from there and just explore through this new storyline. So that'd be fun.
I can tell you're excited for like the future of PoE 1, which is, this is a good
it's a damn
shift,
good thing,
I think.
Yeah.
You were saying you've even got like a good idea that for 326 that you really want to...
327, yes.
Oh, sorry, the next one. Next one.
I do, yes. So like another thing with like this expansion, right, is like it's quite content heavy. When you do an in-game expansion in a League, it's a lot of content.
Yep.
So like, you know, you have some things have to take priority, other things have to take less priority, and so like the character stuff where we've done, you know, a decent chunk of character balance and the new systems interact with all of that. You know, there's clearly ones like, I know Settlers had like just the Giga Melee rebalance and rework, and it changed like 1,000 systems in drastic ways and all of that. But again, I wanted this time more familiarity, and then 327, we're going to go just ballistic on the characters and do as much as we possibly can to like, you know, amp that up and I don't know, maybe fully revamp wand builds and create a whole new thing there. And now we have to because I said that. But, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, obviously you have ones that are more content-centric, ones that are more character balance-centric, and different focuses like that. So this one, content, in-game. We wanted our core players who have been playing for 10 years, the ones that are really looking for PoE, who are like mostly playing in the end game, to really have that like expansion and new boss fights. And
that was a discussion we had yesterday, actually, was this idea that you don't necessarily have to worry about new player onboarding as much for Path of Exile 1 now. But that's more the focus for PoE 2.
I would definitely say that, yeah, for PoE 1, it's like it's now very easy to just say, you know what, like if this isn't new player friendly, it's okay. Like we're making a game for the experienced PoE 1 players.
That's a really good angle.
We can just go
really
ham
good.
with all that
Yeah,
stuff.
you can kind of go nuts with
You
it.
know, like if you're a new player, then PoE 2 is obviously going to be more appealing. You know, like
of course.
I imagine they're more likely to want to go there. But of course, PoE 1's still, you know, like it's still a like we're not going to throw that away completely, but it's like certainly in terms of the focus of the content, like a lot more sort of end game stuff, you know, the pinnacles obviously and things like that. Like this is stuff that appeals to someone who actually is able to get to that content. So
thank you very much, eh?
You know, yeah.
Have a great day.
Of course, you've still got the leagues. You know, the
Insane.
mercenaries. I think you initially when we first told you about it, you seemed a little bit like, oh yeah, I don't know how big that's going to be. But then when you actually played it, it's like, you know, it's quite a thing.
Yes, it was beyond what I expected playing it.
Right.
Because I brought up a concern after watching the reveals that I felt like there was a bit of a gap, some disparity in kind of what you revealed once I got the sense of like what was Secrets of Atlas versus Mercenaries of Trathus. I had some concerns. I was like, okay, so the Mercenaries thing seems like really awesome, and that kind of is like, by the time you get to end game, you've kind of started to explore a lot of that. And you know, there's still more progression beyond that, but that's like, it's not necessarily like a ton of new content for that mechanic beyond that. And then you've got this new Secrets of the Atlas system, which starts at tier 14. It's very endgame pinnacle content focus. So I'm like, it feels like there's kind of a gap there between tier 1 and 14. But you mentioned yesterday after that discussion that maybe you've changed it.
I initially was like, you know, people are coming back after a long time. They're going to come back, and yeah, some people have been playing, but like the majority of people haven't, and they're going to come back, get to that end game, and be like, all right, let's get my footing back, refigure things out. Obviously, Settlers is there, but I understand a lot of people have experienced that in the last year, so that's not going to feel too new, but there's a little bit going on there. You've obviously got Betrayal, and then, yes, we have our whole, like, certain scarabs up, certain scarabs down kind of balance, which I will note, by the way, only a portion of which will be in the initial set of patch notes. We'll have more scarab changes coming soon.
Patch note expansions to be announced.
People who, ideally, our PoE 1 players know by now, we get a little bit feral and we just go to the end. We go till Friday of the release date for our balance changes. So not everything is there, but a lot of it is. You know, there's all those changes, and I thought, yeah, it's all good. What we'll do is aim for the people who really want new Pinnacle fights. Like, when we added the tier 17s, they were a bridge between Pinnacle and Uber Pinnacles. So they weren't even the kind of highest tier of difficulty in the game. And you could argue these aren't either because they're pinnacles, but they are a step above the existing pinnacles. They are a bit harder. That being said, of course, just to clarify, there is a quest version of them where it is you get to tier 14s and you will find them deterministically and get through all three of them. Just for the narrative, you get to explore all that. They're easier balance. And then you get into farm mode where you get the true rewards and the true, you know, difficulty test. But, yeah, as you pointed out, I thought that'd be all right. And then you did raise your, like, but what about between tier 1 and 14? It's not going to feel very new. And it was like...
Yeah, where's the content?
Yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, we made some changes, of course. And as much as now in the live stream it says we're introducing it at high tier maps, that is where the story is introduced, so to speak. But we're now adding a bunch of trickled stuff beforehand, all the way from, like, tier 3 maps, where you're now, you're finding those memory influence maps, or the influence by the originator, as it said. You're getting the memory strand items, which are very useful for actually finding good item drops and crafting as you're going through the in-game. And so you're getting that all the way through. And then, once you get to the higher tier maps is when you get into the actual pinnacle storyline with the new 3 pinnacle bosses. I mean, look, straight up, it was just like what we thought was good oversight, but like, this is always what happens. I think even Jonathan mentioned earlier is that often, when we have these podcasts and interviews, it's just like half the time we end up discussing stuff that we're then going to go and change the day after or the day of, and that's exactly what
I feel like something always
doing.
comes out of the Q&A. You usually do some sort of live development during these, which I love.
mean, there's so much that like to not and happening so rapidly and coming together very much, all together at the end. It's impossible to really have your eye on everything and not miss like some things. We often miss things, and then it goes live, and then we address it then as well, and stuff like that, right? It's just like very very crazy, but again, that's I kind of think that's the magic to it, and what allows us to do so much in so little time. But it is also the thing as well that's going to result in the 6 expansions coming in the next year for the combined games. So
so now
6 expansions a year.
The state of it looks like veteran players are going to be exploring the mercenaries as they're leveling up. They're going to be going into the end game and kitting out, trying to find their ideal mercenaries, gearing them up, swapping them around, starting to interact with memory packs of enemies that drop memory influenced maps, that drop memory influenced items that they can craft,
hey, thanks, Stonecutter.
I'm excited about that as like
Thank
a progression, that crafting system with the boosted craft. And that was, you mentioned like a way of kind of getting the tiering system into Path of Exile 1.
The initial idea there was like, how can we get the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 item drops from PoE 2 system into PoE 1? And it was like, well, why don't we just do it in the new endgame system? And then we're like, well, we can have more granularity. It can go all the way from 1 to 100. There's not really much point not. And so you're finding better items. Like every time you pick up these items, it could have a set of full tier 1 modifiers.
That's so nuts.
So that was the initial goal. And then, it was like, well, may as well. Like the crafting orbs can just consume it as well. Now it's worth getting into that specifically. The basic crafting orbs all consume it. And right now, like, we don't have fossils and harvest and stuff do it, but it is our intention to implement that. But it's a bit scary. There's some OP there for sure, but I really like all those systems interacting and interweaving.
Please.
Now, what we're finding right now is that you actually do that crafting first, then you consume the memory strands for like the final exalts and final applications. And that is something that is happening internally, and you're getting some pretty insane outcomes there to guarantee like a T1 mod on your final exalts and stuff like that. But if we were to do it the other way around, you'd probably end up having it be very much using all those systems. So before we turn that on, obviously we're going to review every single thing and make sure we're definitely happy with everything, because it is a very complicated web of craziness. But
actually, that was a question I was wanting to ask. Was like, how do you even make new crafting systems for PoE1 at this point? Like with all the various intricate, do you just kind of like make it and
you just
cross
have
your
to,
fingers?
you just have to effectively just take the chance and just come up with what you can do. Because if you worried about literally everything, you'd never make anything.
So true.
You have to on some level.
But it's the same with uniques. It's the same with new character systems. There's so many variables that you kind of just like. Here's a thing.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
That's kind of broken. Great.
It's fun though. It's just fun.
So you've got this progression system now, which sounds phenomenal. That sounds like a really nice improvement to like, while we're exploring the various changes you've done to things like the massive overhaul to Betrayal, for example, and like the new Scarabs, those new systems, the integration of like.
Quit your bitching! It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And then you get to tier 14, and then it's like new story kicks in with the Secrets of the Atlas, the memory system, and that uses the kind of like the idea of those memory threads.
Yeah, we had what was memories before.
Yeah. August, thank you, man.
So that was like there was Alva's memory and all of that, and they had kind of different things. You couldn't juice them, but some of them gave pretty specific rewards, and a bunch of them were worth absolutely nothing.
The lack of juicing kind of meant that they didn't really have a good place in the end game, though.
Yeah, there was only a couple that were worthwhile.
We were like, we didn't really give that system justice, so like let's kind of use that as the baseline for the new memory threads, except we 100% allow full juicing.
Yep.
And make them more unique, have the alter mods at the end of each run, and then have the new influence mechanic. And then what we did is we took all those memories and we were like, I think it was Octavian actually who suggested it, was like,
good job.
Put all those on Kirak. And so all the Kirak missions that can now be offered, since Kirak also couldn't be juiced, Kirak missions now can give you all of the things that appeared on those memories before, which gives him a unique thing that he didn't have before as well, and it can be more valued farming that. So 2 birds, 1 stone.
Some love. That's
good suggestion.
Thanks, Octavian.
And but yeah, effectively those, and then we're like, those memory strands, we don't want it to just be I'm doing normal mapping, then you find the memory. I've already tripped up now. It's this thing we were talking about yesterday with all the terminology.
Memory threads versus memory strands.
The memory threads. Again, once you're playing, it's a bit more clear. But we've got a bit of synonym thesaurus issues going on.
Evo, good to see you. This is nuts.
We want to be able to do that experience without just having to go, okay, I don't want to have to run a bunch of maps, get a thread, have some fun, and then I'm back to just regular things. So we're like, well, once you finish the storyline, I won't explain exactly how that concludes because it's a big one. what those maps that you can find on that thread now will start dropping, but it's T16s, and more frequency, and then but they will be rolling with Tier 17 mod pool, and we're kind of calling those T16.5s because they are very close to T17s, and it's kind of honestly, I would say in some cases, if you get the right memory skills, better than T17s, which I know has been a huge concern, and I agree with that, and I am finally, hopefully, we can not have just the age of T17s that can't self-sustain and you have to trade for, and a lot of frustration there. That's the hope. If it doesn't fully solve it, obviously it's still the intention to.
Well,
so we will.
Well, let's talk about the problem with Tier 17s then. So, like, obviously there's a few issues going on there. It seems like that you had this like very varied endgame, tons of different maps and everything, and then kind of narrow that down to 4 maps instead. And obviously it was presenting problems for build diversity as well.
It was also a clash because it was like those were meant to be the bossing way to get to the Ubers, and it ended up being the juicing, and so then you have the people, you have a kind of economy clash between people who want to farm bosses and people who want to juice, and it was like, okay, well, they were intended to be the boss way, whoops, but they were still kind of fun for both axes, in some regard, minus a few little bits and pieces. Like, obviously, we had to do some changes to the mods, how they generated. Like, we certainly had some hiccups with that one the first time around. But it was then all of a sudden now T16s are dead, Yeah. So the hope here, bring them back. You can farm the map you want as with the originator influence on it, I believe is what the text said, or what I call memory influence or Zana influence, all of these things, whatever, they're influenced with a bunch of red and blue stuff. You get the pedals, you get the skills, but you get the div card you want, you get to farm the layout you want, you get to do the boss you want, and you don't have to deal with...
it's just so nuts.
Can you
it's
say
crazy.
somewhat definitively if like juicing is going to be happening at Tier 16s again, or is it still going to be Tier 17s a bit? Not sure.
Currently, as far as I can tell, it should be in the 16s, but I didn't want to make it that the 17s are just garbage.
Yeah.
So
you haven't taken a hard stance on it.
I think, especially with the right memory influence skills appearing, which you do have to take a bit of a gamble for, and sometimes you get really good ones and sometimes you get okay ones. That's part of the fun when you get it and you're like, oh, yes, I got the epic one that revives monsters and I get all the loot twice.
Yep.
And then when you get that kind of thing, it's going to be like, okay, this is just 100% better. Like, how was it not? And then, of course, multiply that with all the All Flames and, there's going to be some madness occurring. Not Necropolis tier madness, but there will be madness. We have learnt from that a bit. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, Necropolis
sucked. Out of control on a level unprecedented. I
didn't like it.
Still new tiers of madness.
There's a question from chat about Atlas passive skill tree and with it expanding, like with all these new things being added to it. Is that something you consider as to like how many points you end up getting and those decisions like between things?
I like the amount of points you get and the amount you can invest in a given tree loadout. I think that is correct.
Still feels right.
Like we do remove a little bit of nodes and we have added some, but I wouldn't we've added new ways to juice via the influence. We've added new ways to add more things to the All Flames and stuff like that, and there's new multiplicative things going on there. I wouldn't also then want to just be like, here's another plus 20% on the tree as well. I think that choice matters. I like that choice matters, and I think you should have to give up something to get something of the new thing, or have one of your loadouts focus on that and two of the others focus on something else. So
something else that sounds like it's going to help is you mentioned to me this idea that you might be getting more access to the content from the investment nodes that you're taking anyway via Scarabs, right? Scarab drops.
True. I mean, it was more of a SSF feature, but it will work for everyone. But both the map device where you apply like Breach League and a bunch of the nodes on the Atlas tree that are like, chance to have breaches in your maps, both also now increase the chance of you getting Scarabs of that league's type. Which is kind of how PoE2 did it as well with their leagues, where
the content to get
you get expedition to get more expeditions.
Great.
It's the same thing here. We just wanted to push that a bit more, give a little bit more agency, and influence the Scarabs you're getting. That way, you're getting more of the ones you want, because there are a lot of Scarabs, of course, and you can block a decent chunk of them, and you can invest in some others. And we're just like more agency is better here, like straight up. So may as well, and it just simply adds more value to the map device craft. So why not?
All right. I know we're jumping around topics a lot here, but let's just kind of be in the flow of things. But on the mercenary topic, so you've designed these guys to be so good that everyone's going to want to use one, right? And that's like the right way to design it objectively. But it does raise the question as to you need to make sure that they're not abrasive to use, that they're fun to use, that there's not necessarily problems where you feel like, oh, I have to use them. So how do you go about making sure that that's the case for these?
It's additive content, yeah.
I mean, obviously them increasing the difficulty, like, you know, is a thing that says maybe you don't want to necessarily, you know, maybe they're not pulling their weight on a boss fight, you know, and stuff like that, making it actually harder because of the life.
If you don't have the right mercenary,
you know, or if you don't have the right mercenary, you don't have the right gear on them. These are factors. However, generally they should be fun to have with you. You should want to engage with it. That is the League. If you're not playing in the League, or you don't want to engage with the League as much, you still got the end game, you still got Betrayal, you still got, you know, the settlers, all that stuff is all still there. The character balance changes, everything's still there. It's just, you know, ideally you'd want to engage with the mercenaries. They are generally more beneficial than not. You would have to really over level them and not be upgrading them for them to start being kind of useless.
But the item and combat mechanic with them by itself is also like, even if you're not hiring a mercenary, there's still like, you know, there's a source of items there. There's new things like mechanics that they've got going on with that. So like even that part is a thing in itself.
Well, something I didn't realize from watching it and then even playing for a while was that, and I think the UI is getting improved by launch for this, but the when they have like the currency pocket, when you don't actually pick a currency from that, they give you all the currency from that window.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like so. It was a bit juicier than I thought it was. Actually, it kind of caught me by surprise.
Yeah, why not? But it was interesting creating a, you know, there's not many leagues where you get one reward.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's tomorrow. I don't think it's today. I don't think the PoE 2 thing's today. The patch notes today, deployment tomorrow.
Pick a item.
Picking a single piece of gear.
Yep.
And so we had to really think like, okay, I mean, you can see it, so you already get a pick from all the different slots. But it was like, how do we make sure that their gear is comparable to what a player would have, which is kind of you're identifying many and picking the best, and you're crafting a thing, and so it's always better than average. And so we had to really think about what their gear should and what their items should look like, to be comparable to something you would actually want or have. So yeah, it's rare to have a league where you actually only just get one item. Like even Ultimatum, sure, you get one in many rounds in a row, so you still get up to 10, whereas this is just actually one.
So you have to make sure it's good, right?
Yeah, and
it's tomorrow.
It was actually kind of complicated to do, but you know, there's some pretty powerful stuff you can get from that.
Yeah,
I mean,
bottom.
Obviously
Tomorrow.
the uniques are relatively easy to put in, but they do affect the mercenaries in some pretty crazy ways. But the you know, rare items and stuff like that, yeah, it was a little bit complicated to actually get that to feel good, such that you feel like, you know, I actually want to take that, as opposed to just always taking the currency. But if you want to do that, go ahead as well.
Was there any kind of, just out of
Mine says
curiosity, was there any
6.5.
kind of thought on like as to what sort of items or what sort of mods they roll on their items then? Since they're like, they are kind of specific builds.
Yeah, kind
I see it rolled out as 6.5 coming out, they say tomorrow. That would mean it would be 6.6, which would be tomorrow for me.
types. So we talked about like the striker.
Maybe they're pushing it right now. Maybe. It said tomorrow on a 5th.
There
That means
are like
6.
30 something of them, and you know, there's a chaos
If it's
mage,
today, that's
and there's
nuts.
ones with curses, and ones with auras, and ones with. I'm obviously listing all the utility
I
stuff
had a
because I know
support Templar.
that you know it's the aura bots of Trathus really is probably how a lot of people are going to see it.
No
Hell
aura,
yeah.
exiled.
But actually, there's a lot of custom skills in there. They're not entirely player skills.
Yeah, that's
I know we
wild.
touched on the Trathus skills, but we only showed there's. I feel there's maybe around 16 of them. Some of them
And
are
you
cool.
can get
There's
those, right?
They can just be in their little pouch, and you can
just take one.
you can pick them, and if you
Wow.
defeat them, they drop it, and you get it, and that's a new. So it's kind of like a transfigured gem in a way. But
Yeah, it's a transfigured
Tratham
gem, for sure.
and it's just so that's a way of delivering a bunch of new skills. And I know you have like Bloodstorm
Yep,
Gall,
August
which
it
is
is.
like physical that creates a blood dot. So you maybe want to add, so there might be some builds that want to do that. There's like new spectral
Hey,
shield
Chad.
throws and a whole bunch of different things. We saw the siege
come
ballista
in,
in
man.
the live stream, but there's certainly a whole bunch of them. I know there's a kind of incinerate based blast ray. Blast rain was it? Yeah, like arrow comes down, does a wave of almost like an incinerate wave out of it and stuff like that. So like
Had some fun with that.
spoiling a bunch of them, but it's only 4 or so. But yeah, there's heaps of different skills there, which is pretty cool. But then they also just have like kind of high cooldown and different passive skills and stuff like that as well. So like there's a lot of
Probably
stuff.
should
to
have put
consider.
more of those in the video, honestly.
Yeah,
'Cause,
possibly. Probably. Yeah. And there's probably some surprise and cool stuff for people to find.
it was a
42-minute presentation.
Yeah.
It's all right. Give a taste. Let people find a lot of cool stuff on live. So,
in terms of making them fun to like manage and hire.
Hey,
and things
Moby.
like that, if you'd asked
Abel,
me
come on in,
playing
guys.
it, I would have
Welcome
said,
in,
like,
yo.
Oh yeah, you want to be able to like.
What'd you think? What'd you guys think? Crazy.
Actually, after playing, it,
Cheers,
I was like,
dude.
oh, it's
Crazy.
good that
What'd you think?
It didn't go to that level because then there's no lock-in with them. You can change between them easily.
Would have been a bit annoying. I think.
Yeah, and
When it,
too much tedious upkeep.
Low micromanagement on this. So like doing the gear, but you won't have to do that too often.
Yeah, zooming off. It's nuts.
They don't level up. They don't have like they have a passive tree behind the scenes. You just don't get to see it or engage with it.
I wasn't actually sure. Was that when it's actually allocating individual nodes?
No, they have a trough and passive tree.
Okay.
Secret proprietary.
It's all stats. It's all just
they
stats.
gain stats as they level up, and it's kind of relative to the archetype, and there's some stuff going on.
Correct.
You don't need to care
stacking.
about that. It's just as far as you know, they're higher level. They've made somewhat
you have all day.
intelligent decisions about their passive points and whatnot. And they're pretty good.
Tons of stuff.
Of course, some are better than others. Some will be good for your build. Much like you will have, here's the meta ascendancies for a league. Probably those, each meta ascendancy then has the meta mercenary for the league and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it'll be matched to your builds,
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy, I suspect, in the end. There's like, as much as it's pretty simple to just arrange them, there's going to be a lot of little minor complexities.
That's poor path of building, guys.
I was going to say, like, are they going to have to implement some interesting...
They're definitely going to be a part of your build, so it's going to go in there. Yeah,
100%.
They can give you orders.
He says 100%.
Skills. I had a Templar that
I got to interview this. I got to interview Mark, man. I got to do it.
Your meta build, then for that you need your 3 meta mercenaries and then your meta animate guardian, and then you've got, oh my god, too many. I mean, at least a lot more items will be getting put to use, so that's good.
I'll be curious
Transfigured
to see how the
stuff,
Guardian feels, because I don't know, like that one has obviously the skill gem cost as well, potentially like supports and things like that.
Of course. But,
so that's obviously a bit more of a tax, whereas these guys are just a free add-on on top. They don't cost you anything except gold.
Gold.
Yeah, gold. Which was you intentionally didn't go for an upkeep cost for them, which I noted.
Yeah. I mean, you already earned their. You still got to pay them a little bit, but you defeated them. You don't need to pay them by the hour.
It's pretty great, man.
If they die, which I found I had a couple die early on, but then they were mostly, especially if I picked good ones, they were staying alive. Like I had one guy that was ridiculously tanky, and then some of them had like 4k life, and this guy had like vitality and enduring cry and kind of like a fizz aura and immortal call and things like that. I'm like, oh yeah, these guys are kind of better than me.
That's true. Often you might find yourself aspiring to become more like your mercenary.
Yes.
But look, these are trained fighters from a ruthless place in Trappist.
Yeah, Nanner's fucking slaps.
They're like, what are all you weaklings doing? And so,
it was quite confronting when I was like doing my usual running through mud flats with my ranger
Hey, Horde Dog.
Like a Hessian sackcloth clothing, and then I run into literally the ranger one, and they're like wearing Giga MTXs and they got like all these different supported skills and they're like comboing them together. And I'm like, whoa.
It's giving you something to aspire to.
Not your dad, dude. Not your dad. Yeah.
This is what I can become. And it's, whoops.
I felt really good when I fired them later.
Yeah, look, remember, they came here of their own choice. They haven't been exiled here.
It's kind of genius that you'd give them MTX to wear too, by the way, right? Let people see what you sell so they might want to buy it. Like, it's genius.
So
fucking
they've got
genius.
this honor code system, right, that says that if a challenger comes and challenges them, they have to wager literally one of the pieces of clothing they're wearing of the challenger's choosing, and the challenger doesn't have to put up anything. Like, you don't have to wager anything of yourself. Like, I feel like in a previous Path of Exile, we might have like, you're like, oh yeah, you have to gamble your item.
You've missed so much good shit.
You remove the game mechanic from the equation, and you go, okay, let's say you and I have a duel, and I get to take your shoes, and my sacrifice is I have to die. I don't think that's a fair trade. Now,
but this is in a world where you can revive.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Okay, fair enough. Good
and
point.
like honestly, if I have to go like your shoes versus my 15% experience, I don't know if I'm gonna.
Pretty nice boots.
Yeah, sure, but like that's part of my level I just lost. So like I don't know if I'll take that trade.
Yeah, well, you got me there. That's a good point.
I have to actually
we'll get
die.
some more questions about the mercenaries there. Do mercenaries count as minions? Has been asked.
Oh, I said 15%, and I realized that is not correct.
Oh, what was the?
I'm just making up numbers. No. Ignore me. I know that's the wrong number.
No. What have you done? That's going to be quoted.
I just quickly glanced at chat, and I'm like, oh, geez, I just made something up on the spot in the heat of the moment. Don't worry about me.
The question was, do mercenaries count as minions for the purpose of various minion-based things? Like flask.
They don't
minions?
count as a semantic minion for minion damage and all of that. But I know, for example, all the how there's bosses and they have certain skills because they're less avoidable. They deal less damage to your minions.
Oh, yeah.
They also count as They also get that damage reduction from those things because they're not going, there's an AoE here, I'm getting out of it, and they're going to jump back in like you are. They're just going to soak the damage, and so we've made it so obviously that, they don't take as much damage from those unavoidable attacks, so to speak, and much like how your minions do and whatnot. But again, they are.
This game's going to be unfucking real. This company's unreal.
Spirit of
unbelievable,
live improvements happening as we're talking about it. It's yesterday I was asking can you heal them with the minion flasks or something like that to heal them in between combats, and later I got a message saying that you guys have changed it so that they heal.
We do have a guild in PoE 1, yeah.
Yeah, it was taken from the it's something I actually really like that the minions do in PoE 2 where when
I was asking, what did you think of this, man?
Back to full life. So that's good. That change was made yesterday actually, and
have a good sleep. But
so now the mercenary, you don't have that thing where you have to give it some life regen.
Thank you for everything.
And explored a few different options, but it was just you know what, just if there's a little bit of downtime, or it's more if they haven't lost life in the last some amount of time, they just back to full life. So
love it. It's just good quality of life. Yeah,
you don't just have them sitting at 10% life, and you're like, what am I supposed to do here?
Okay.
Pinnacle content is one of the other questions I'm saying.
Anywhere, everywhere in the game.
No restrictions on that.
Yep.
Nice, cool.
Very good, Path Shaper. Very good.
People seemingly from the question, based on the questions, don't believe that you can have a 6-person party and have 6 mercenaries. That you wouldn't allow that. That's too crazy. I mean, it is too crazy, but you do allow that, right?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
That's the thing. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, you'll be fine, Mac.
It's a lot of auras.
Super fan, Mac. You'll be fine.
But I don't know. I'm very much looking forward to playing my. Everyone knows I play my support characters, and you'd expect, you're a support character, so you can get a DPS merc now and not have to play with your friends. But I'm thinking, well, hold on, I can be a support character and have a support mercenary and support my friends even more. So it's all win.
That sounds about you. Perfect.
You'll never see the screen, but you'll never die.
While leveling, I certainly felt like the DPS ones were viable if I was playing more of a supportive role, or if I was struggling in that regard. They did seem like they were actually able to kill things. Is that something that can happen in an endgame though? That seems hard to believe.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, you can give them Headhunter, you can give them all of that stuff, and they take the damage, they scale it. The only thing they don't have is, your skill, which could be bad, and thus they could be better than you, or you could be very good, and in which case, I'm just saying, they are still a computer. Right, they are still at the end of the day doing that, so they might not make the smartest decisions that you agree with.
GW, what's up, man?
There is 100%, and
so they're a bit above the 50 percentile of players.
They might be. I'd say around 55% percentile average.
Better than half you.
Computers can be good. So, but at the end of the day, when you're giga zooming and obliterating everything before it can even appear on your screen entirely. There's a question of how much use can they really be, and that's where I come in and say, look, the floor is still they're half a party member worth of loot increase, and they are, whatever auras and all of that. So you might pivot from more. You definitely want DPS ones are real good all the way through, but once you again become the power of 1,000 gods,
there's a certain point where
there's only so much you can do. Now that being said, if you do want to play a more passive character and you want them to just go wild, they're pretty strong. There is, of course, the thing where if you miscalculate that, you go into your pinnacle relying on them to kill it, and you miss the mark and they die. It's not like you're bringing them back in that area.
They only have one portal.
Now you're like, oh, damn it.
That's true.
I'm not sure what to do now, and you've got to do it the hard way. So
not sure when you get these guys. I don't know yet.
Much like the new Change the Animate Guardian, if they die, they don't come back into that area.
Maybe we'll see. I don't know yet.
Instances,
Much better than the losing gear and all that, all that drama.
We went through all that. I even had the maybe in Ruthless they should lose an item, or maybe I was like, is that a thing? I was like, oh, no, look, it's either right or wrong. Let's just go. With
that's
what
nuts.
We know is right, what people.
He said mud flats, right?
Not going to just cause a bunch of
I don't know when. I don't know when you're going to see one. I don't know.
And something unpredictable happens, or some monster skill is particularly imbalanced, and it's like, oh my god, it just lost so much currency, so all good.
Sounds great. Awesome. Settlers Town went core. We didn't have to rebuild it. Phenomenal. Thank you. Gold goes core, which obviously is an experiment feels like a success then. Jonathan, I think you feel like you can speak to that.
I mean, sure.
Gold was a core feature of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy with where God, with how God improves things. I mean, we originally did it as a way to reduce the number of things that monsters can drop while still having it so that they feel like they drop things.
Yeah, like culling the
But I mean, I honestly I think it's been a straight up improvement, and obviously it's really good to be able to work with the the new the trade the currency market and stuff like that. Like, I think that stuff, like, I don't know that there'd be another way to do that as successfully as the way that works. So I think that's worked well, and it's funny because like, on the surface, you're like, oh, every game's got gold. But the funny thing about it is that in most games, gold is a lot of games have like bound items, and then gold is the only thing you can trade. In our game, you've got unbound items, and gold is the only thing you can't trade. And that's why it sort of works as that kind of trading kind of thing. So I think the way we've done it, like, it works well, and I definitely want to keep it. Like, it's going
to be excellent. Learning exactly what kind of mercenaries are really good, like, template, and then we can work together as a community to outfit each other's mercenaries, so we know that at a bare minimum, people that we could help out have character power guaranteed, like, we just know that just works for you. That's going to be nice.
I think it's definitely
really easy.
It's good.
Getting those maps kind of set out and recording that data would be great.
That means obviously currency exchange is staying core and things like that. It looks like shipments were staying core, and that's one that I see is like mixed opinions on. Some people love it. It's
I like it.
Passive income.
Yeah, passive income is great.
And but it's
not
also
really passive,
like
but it's good.
An obligation. It's a thing you got to check in on. It's busy work to an extent.
We did some changes here, so we did slow down. We made them take longer, and proportionally, in some cases, increase the rewards. The intention there being, of course, that way you have to deal with it less.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the focus of the league anymore.
It's
we don't want it to be overtaking what you're doing all the time.
Yeah,
it's good.
Look, I expect these things to be a bit divisive. 100%. Some people love it, some people don't, and that's great. That's everything in PoE, and that's everything we add. And you can choose to do it. You can choose not to do it. Maybe you choose to just do the crops and do the shipments and not worry about all the other stuff to do with it. Maybe you just use the map runners and put all of your gold investment into that.
Even that's crazy.
There will be other ways to spend gold in the future. Maybe because you don't want to deal with them, you build up an excess, and then all of a sudden we add the gambling strongbox from PoE 2 or something like that to sink the rest.
Yes,
who knows?
dude.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do it so good.
It's a fun strongbox, but
That is a good one.
that will come to PoE 1. I promise you.
100%.
You kind of already have that. You have that betrayal
there'll
now,
be
right?
ways to do it, but we'll feel it out and see how much gold people are getting relative to losing as well a bit, and then see. But
I wonder if
the intention here is that if it's feeling annoying and how much you have to deal with it, then we've missed the mark, and we'll probably even.
Well, there's a link there.
adjust
I have
things
some
a bit
basics for
further
Path
as
of
well.
Exile 1, but
again,
we'll see where it goes now.
It's up to you, your agency, your choice. Like,
You touched on an interesting point, because I feel like before it was an optional because it was there and it was free stuff. So why wouldn't you do it? But now you're actually, both in terms of gold, but also your passive application, like, are you actually even investing in having those ores appear versus something else? So it's not necessarily just like a free thing on top that you're obligated to do. It's now a more conscious decision.
I could see it feeling mandatory, and if it does feel mandatory, then we've missed the mark a little bit for sure.
You want to avoid that.
I don't want it to feel so mandatory, but that being said, I also wouldn't want it to feel so terrible that you never want to engage with it. So there's always a fine line to hit. And
but there's stuff you can only get from there, so there's always going to be that
Yeah,
element.
for sure. If
I got to check the patch notes out too, man.
Some of those
I'm sure it's going to be huge.
A lot of them are like pretty crazy off-build stuff, and there's a good set of like chase ones in there, and there's some pretty crazy stuff in there to get, but I think it's a better system. I like the idea that now Settlers is giving 2 different passive tree mechanics that can coexist as the rewards, aside from obviously recombinating.
It's all Path of Exile 1,
but as opposed to like just the freaking insane enchants that you were getting on your weapons
so
before.
The enchants are gone, then this replaces that, which I think most
they
people
were
expected.
They were a little bit much on the power creep axis. It was kind of just a bit crazy, but I wouldn't say that we won't see some sort of weapon enchant system back in the future.
Yeah.
And we're a bit more regulated and stuff like that, but because there's room for that, there's design space for that, but we never know what form. But I like that Settlers is where you go to get your alternate passive tree stuff. I think for changing masteries and changing nodes, I like that as the the reward from it.
It was a pretty funny reveal of the live reveal of the recombination changes, because everyone was like, "Oh no, you did it! You got rid of the old one and replaced it with this." But But then obviously the old one's still there.
We're here seeing all of the L's, and then I'm like, don't worry, they'll come back. They'll come back. It's all right.
It was very entertaining from episode 2.
That's great.
That's all right. And then all of a sudden, L's L, www, saved. I love it. I very thoroughly enjoy watching chat. Yeah.
So you kept the old version of your combination. Is that changed or nerfed in any way, or is that just as it was?
The old way, I can't speak to that with an absolute certainty, and I would have to talk to, one of the main designers dealing with that. But I say like we should pretty much keep it the same. Yep. And if there is a change, it needs to be like very much justified. It's not like
Yeah.
People like it for a reason. Like keeping it alongside the other one and then gutting it is obviously not not the play. You may as well have not kept it at that point. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was certainly the intention that we keep it. It's still a favorite. Like if anything, I would be okay with making things more expensive. So it's a little bit harder to use at the top end when you're doing like, the very...
T1 stuff, yeah.
I think that is maybe the thing we concluded. When you're interacting with a lot of the really special modifiers that you normally can't get on items, we're making it a bit more expensive.
Yep.
But I don't think that was a huge constraint anyway.
Not
unless
a barrier
you were
for the people doing it usually.
Sure. So, I would prefer to do something like that instead of nerfing the power of it at this point. And I'm like 99% sure we didn't nerf the actual functionality of it. But
I don't use the Recombinator enough. I got to use it more.
I will let the community know afterwards.
I just have to. I just don't engage with the content that allows it in PoE2, so I don't really get to enjoy it.
Has been that gold is very present from the core Atlas mechanics and certain things, but other things just literally don't drop it. You do Blight or whatever and you just don't get gold, or Sanctum just doesn't get gold. That's
dude, Blight's fun too. I can't wait to do some Blight too.
Is this something that has been normalized across the game?
Amazing.
You want players to be in a position where they can't use it?
We are making some adjustments. So when we did that, obviously we went through the entire game, of which there is a lot, and specifically we're like, do this, too much gold, lower, and we had penalties and increases all over the place, and a bunch of stuff was too low. Some stuff is, and I wouldn't say it's too high. It was actually probably relatively nice.
Yeah, you could do that Scat Elvis, that's true.
It was just a bunch of stuff that's just dead. And it is our intention for that to not be the case. So we do want to increase those. I don't know how much they'll necessarily increase by. But it is something that is on our radar 100%. So
okay, great. Because
Heist is a good example.
I think the most compelling argument I heard in favor of like making sure that those had access to gold was for the player who wanted to focus on just that. They just wanted to heist.
100%.
They can't currency exchange, right? That's the biggest problem.
100%. It isn't. It is just like, let's say it is already a relatively divisive league, and then also the gold sucks. It's easy to perceive that as dead. So look, there are some things where we maybe make an intentional decision.
I never got into Delve. Delve never resonated with me. I never really loved it.
To be like, it's not a place you're going to get a lot of gold. Sanctum. And then when we're like, okay, which we'll make some changes too. But then you have the things like Heist, where I would say it isn't that regard, and it's just like, why is the gold bad here? And it's like, look, we just missed the mark. So
Oh, well, I guess since we brought it up, the Anti-Sanctum Alliance has been constantly messaging me, asking about, whether Sanctum's going to see any changes in terms of just kind of how much raw currency it prints early league for like a low investment for like really knowledgeable players, giving them such a massive advantage over less ones. Obviously, that's always the case, but it seems to a severe magnitude.
I don't have the exact changes because they're literally we're like going to do them today or Monday. But like, I would say no, it seems
hour
crazy.
And a half so far.
So they're not like massive grand rework, but at least for now, we're certainly going to give it less of the edge it has. I don't exactly know what form, but it's not going to have. It's not just going to be untouched. In terms of like a grander future, like I would like to shift away from it just being pure regular currency and move into something where it has its own item and own reward mechanic that has some sort of interaction with something. Like almost every league has something special, and that one is just like, obviously it's got a relic meta system
against
but it's
the
just
darkness,
like, here's some
right?
uniques,
Grand Spectrum, all this
different
stuff.
style of gameplay, but just like here's all the currency.
So
then it becomes very quantifiably better or worse than just like core game. And obviously very, very early, it's very strong. And then, maybe juicing catches up, but then, it obviously gets a little bit crazy. And different axes, you get a lot more uniques, a lot more different things. But it's still, it's just that there's a very easily quantifiable thing where it's like a very good strategy if you know what you're doing, especially very early on, as you're saying. But it needs its own thing. it 100% needs its own thing. So, but at least for now, it doesn't have to be as good as it is for how easy it is to do so. So we'll make some changes. I just don't know the exact specifics. And as a result, they won't be in the patch notes today. It will be in another coming soon section because it is. Yes.
Great.
I mean, again, I'm not. Why would we not stop? Why would we stop developing now? We have another
week before. It's like, what are we going to do? Sit around and twiddle your thumbs? Exactly. Sounds good. With the like big changes to Betrayal, which look phenomenal, that's obviously like a big overhaul for that and something that was really long awaited. It does kind of make me want to ask, like, do you have like another one that you're really looking forward to giving a similar treatment? I hear a lot of feedback about like quality of life around Bestiary, for example, being not where people want it.
That is on our radar. There's I know for like itemizing beasts and improving the quality of life there is a little bit annoying. Maybe more than a little bit. But like talking about like the Sanctum reward as an example. There's some others, like I'd love to give, Blight a bit of an overhaul. I'd love to, do something with Delve. It's just all those, there's probably more that once I actually look at the full list, I'll be like, here's some obvious ones. But look, these things fall out of popularity. They fall out of favor. They get outdated. They become old, like
legacy of a decade.
It's what happens. But the good thing is, much like with Betrayal, we circle back.
But like, look what they've fucking done for 326. Look what they did before 326, the King's March thing. Like, forget about how long King's March was out for a while. Just forget about that. Look at what they did in the short time. Like, that's crazy. All these things are just going to keep going like this, right? It's just going to consistently become insane. Like, just, it won't stop. And then the same thing's going to be true for PoE 2, hopefully. It's just fucking nuts.
Just delving, and oh my god, there were the 3 cities, and now there's a 4th city with a 4th boss, and you have, what is this thing I'm finding?
100% confirmed.
Again, now because hypotheticals have to become realities.
100% confirmed. Also, just like the Blight overhaul coming next week. And in my mind, you didn't even say it, but like temples are getting reworked. So it's like, you didn't even say it, but I said that in my mind, and now it's true. So
temples would be cool.
I'll hold you to that.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Phenomenal. Some rapid fire quality.
They do a great job.
Follow on from the Bestiary mention.
It's unreal.
We have like the ID all things in your inventory from PoE 2. Love it. Would love to see it in Path of Exile 1. Any reason why it couldn't be a thing or wouldn't be a thing?
What?
Do you hate it? Do you hate my hands?
I can't remember what.
Control click.
He's talking about the control click to identify everything.
It's still on my list. It's I had my here's all the quality of life stuff. It was like there was a section where it's like to discuss later again, and I put it in that, and I actually genuinely cannot remember why it wasn't just immediately and obviously doable.
Yeah, it seems like the thing if you want to do, you'd be like, yes, do it. So I assumed some hiccup.
There was one thing that was like blocking me from just being like, hey, 100% just do it. I just can't remember what it was, but it's a thing we can get around and make happen for sure. But like, yes, the being able to go to town and ID all was very useful, and hideout as well was an extreme upgrade that I liked.
So good. So good.
Well, tell me who whatever Dev is working on, then I'll go make them lunch or something so they can focus.
I'll take you to them afterwards. But you have to now, because if I'm going to be held to things I'm saying,
go. So. Do it.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. Some of the older bosses
owned
with phases. Chimera is the one that stands out to me. Is like
immunity phases.
Yeah, just like really long immunity phases. In Chimera. They feel quite dated at this point.
Katarina got the same treatment. Where it's just like, oh, okay, like maybe like
I hate immunity phases. I don't like them.
It's not. I don't know what the number was. It wasn't that, but like it was just a bit much. But yeah, a lot of those are going to need a bit of overhaul as well. It's hard to justify going back and spending a lot of time on that, but there's sometimes very easy things we can do, because instead of doing that, we could just be making a brand new boss that's like way more epic, way more fun, and fits into a more modern and core thing. Whereas like some of those are just like very high end game, get some fragments. It's one boss of 4 that then gets to a pinnacle, and like you want your pinnacles to be good. You certainly want your end of line bosses like Katarina to be good, and that having as many immunity phases as it was just doesn't hold up now. Like I would say it didn't even really hold up then either. It just, again, it takes you to really back out of the new stuff and go back and look at the thing to go, what is actually wrong with this, and look through everything and go, there's actually more bad here than I thought. And then you go through and fix it all and change it all and revamp it all and do it again X years later.
Yeah. it's been a while since we talked about this, but with a discussion about gold and the currency exchange, I feel like it's worth revisiting. Just like, how do you feel the old trade manifesto holds up from way back in the day? Like now, in light of,
I would say that the currency exchange, like, kind of definitely shows that there's I mean, it's not like we didn't know there wasn't demand for instant trade, right? But the currency exchange definitely helped things a lot. And I know that we still want to do more stuff. Like,
wonder if he talks about auction
I've kind
house.
of talked a little bit before about how there's other things we want to do, and I still think we want to do it. The main thing is that, like, the gold allows us to make it so that there can be a cost that isn't the cost of having to do the actual trade with individual other people. And so I do think there is a world where we can go to where we can have a different system. We'll probably prototype that in PoE 2 first, I reckon, where we still don't have a permanent standard economy that, I mean, okay, in PoE 2 we've got an economy that will exist forever, but that's not going to be standard, right? Because that'll be the early access economy that will stick around. So we've still got an opportunity here to completely damage the economy.
No, it's not. Hey, Chef, good to see you, Chef. What's up, dude? Welcome in.
I know from my perspective, when the currency exchange came out, I was like,
God Squad, hell yeah.
And it was such a relief of friction that I was like,
you were like, oh, this is all we ever need.
Maybe this is enough. And then now after, and
it is. And it's
then
nuts.
It started coming back a little bit, then playing 020 on PoE 2. And then going and trying to trade for more items. I was like, I'm reminded of all the frustrations. I'm like, we definitely need more than just the currency exchange. So,
I appreciate the follow too, man. I saw that. Thank you very much.
We scoped it out. We wanted to see if it was
thanks for streaming to people,
I was just,
right?
like, getting
you know what I mean?
beyond angry trying to trade, and I'm like, why is the whole server AFK?
I think it might have been worse in PoE 2 because of more new players. So
what I found in PoE 2, a fun little trade thing, is when I first started.
It's good,
people didn't
Sinister?
know, go to, you invite them, they come to your hideout.
Basic etiquette
and I'm like,
stuff.
are you coming? What's going on? And then they're sitting in Act 2 town, just like waiting for me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. No one knows that you just go to your hideout. That's a new thing to have to learn.
And it's shifted as well, like weird new kind of like things of like culture things have grown out of that. Just
we talk about culture moves over here. Don't be a dick. Don't self-invite. Don't we do there's a lot of expectations we set, right? He's kind of going through that now. It's true.
It's an interesting little social experiment thing going on, isn't it?
I agree. It is interesting.
I think I think what you've touched on there is that it does just kind of raise the question of like, where should the friction be? The friction being in gold feels really good, I think.
That is exactly the thing that we
UX.
would prefer, right? The thing that's going to be the question is that if gold is the only friction, there still needs to be that the cost of it is enough. Like
I don't think gold should be the only friction.
Talks about basically is you get this issue with you don't get it with currency. So doing it for currency is actually fine because currency, it acts as a sink. It is currency, so it's okay to have like fluid trade for that. When you start getting into items, then you start to have that issue where the stuff at the top is worth like astronomical amounts, and the stuff at the bottom is worth nothing.
Yes.
Like any trade will cause that, but the easier trade is, the more you get that. So you've kind of got this like if trade it was very hard, you get like a flat line. You turns into more of an exponential growth curve as you as trade becomes easier and easier. So effectively, you just have to make sure that we're hitting the right point. And what I worry about. And this is one of the things as well. If we first do something like this, we're probably going to have to price the gold cost pretty high as a starting point,
for sure,
and then kind of maybe back it off as we see like what the effect is. Because if gold is the only barrier, then you're going to see those that kind of issue.
Well, gold's like a direct kind of translation of your like play time / play quality, your efficiency to that trade capacity.
So the fact that it works that way, where it's effectively character, like bound to you, effectively means that we can use it this way. And that's kind of the difference between us and other games. So I think it will work, but it's like, we're just going to have to be very careful. 100%.
Yeah, but okay, I'll just say it, even though I shouldn't say it out loud. But it's like you're just going to create bot accounts that farm maps, that get gold, that give that use that same gold to farm trade. Like it just becomes a staircase instead of a wall. So you're still not stopping the problem, right? There is a problem there that he's not talking about. That is it, in my opinion.
Care about it anymore, so they sell it for nothing.
Yeah.
And then, but it costs you. But
it still has to cost you
then effectively
something.
costs. It sort of needs to cost you something. So we just have to make sure we're doing that right.
It's a very difficult thing to solve.
We're going to have to be very careful around that stuff for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, even if it was just kind of like you can only really like realistically do a couple items a day, then it's not your bulk trading kind of method.
Can be.
It exists alongside the existing one or something like that. That could be a prototype for it. So it seems like it feels possible now, whereas before it was like a no way, never. That's crazy.
It is possible now for sure. It is possible.
Which is it's just I'm excited to see what you do to experiment with that. Mark seems keen.
Won't be too far away, I think.
Bloody
but,
AFK people.
As I said, I'm pretty sure we're gonna. I'm
He's
pretty sure we're gonna prototype it in PoE2 first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where we've got
Cool.
a bit more leeway there.
Like you said, I mean that shows a bit of like
Yeah.
a love and sanctity to Path of Exile 1 there for the people maybe concerned that you don't care about it.
Right. I guess so. Yeah.
And just one more note: and all you people who are listing items,
Here he goes, rant time.
and then you're not even AFK. You're in a map, and you're just not replying.
Don't list it for that
Stop
price
it.
if you don't want to sell
Please,
it. Stop it.
Please.
Yeah, they did.
Or actually, no,
It's
you're going to
sick,
keep
man.
going
It's
now
very
because then
cool.
you're going to have more drive to get this new system implemented. So
The new update to Path of Exile 1 is
There is
nuts.
There is that.
Nuts.
Make trade as bad as
In my
possible.
opinion, nuts.
No, we're not having some accelerationist concept here. That's terrible.
And that is the note that we'll wrap up the Q&A on today. Thank you very much, folks, for hanging out with us.
Is that
And
it?
Thank you, Jonathan and Mark, for answering our questions today. I look forward to playing more of Secrets of the Atlas and Mercenaries.
Yeah. Huge.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Everyone has fun, and we're back.
Yeah, we're so back. We're so back. So back. See you later, guys.
See you later.
Damn. Whew. Yeah, I'll send a W in there. Yeah, W, go. Huge. Fucking huge. Okay, yeah, so there's just plenty to talk about, man. Let me get some tunes going here. Some tunage, Baba tunage. I know some of you guys got in late, some of you missed it entirely. They do miss some ways, like they missed on Lake of Kalandra with me. They missed on Necropolis with me. I didn't love them. I didn't like them at all. I liked Harvest. I like Ultimatum. I liked Heist. Those are good. Tells you something about me. Yeah, so here's what you need to see. This is some of the crazy shit. So the big takeaway for me is that you can have mercenaries now. So you can have like a companion, just like Diablo 2, where you can rely on that companion to have auras that affect your character. Or you could do the inversion where you are going to support your mercenary because when you get it, it's super overpowered, super strong. That's just something that you're going to get to do now. And then because you have a companion, if me and you team up, we can have 6-player parties with 6 companions. So if I end up giving my companion like the all-res kind of buff, all my resistances are capped. I as a person don't have to worry about that anymore because my companion handles the resistance, right? It's like, okay, so that really opens up all the build options for me. Like that's just one example. I could do like link setups so whatever's going on with my health, my damage can be linked to my companion. It's absolutely insane. Like that's never been a thing before. And then furthermore, like 2-player parties just magnify that operation. So what they're joking about, which is most likely true, is like we will host a whole bunch of community games, and then if we all just invest in an aura bot that has high magic find rarity quantity, then we all just get a shitload of mirrors or something, right? Like we all get a bunch of great currency by just farming endgame content together, which is great, right? Yeah, you're going to play on low. Yeah. You're going to play on low quality for sure. So that's one side of it. The other side that was crazy is they fixed, like there's a lot of Path of Exile 2 quality of life that's coming to the game, like the ability to pause, the ability to get all your breach splinters at the end. You can't immediately identify your stuff and there's no WASD. So that's kind of disappointing. I don't see any patch notes though. I'm not sure if there's a link or something, but there's all kinds of crazy shit. Like an example might be like this, right? Let me see if I can open this up. They have these items called All Flames that you're going to add, like the All Flame, right? The All Flame is going to come to the game. So like substitutes monster packs. So I know some Path of Exile 2 players, what I'm about to tell you won't make any sense. It substitutes monster packs in area. Pack monsters do not drop items. Pack monsters grant increased item rarity and quantity when slain up to 200% and 100% respectively. So they grant more rarity and more quantity as you kill more. Okay? So the gross thing is like they're not dropping any gear, but they're going to drop currency. And so to couple that with the end game system that you're running in the league, the Secrets of the Atlas, you can subsequently respawn those monsters again. So you kill it and your quantity's capped, right? And they drop whatever. And then you summon them and you kill them again. And it's like, so that's all insane. And that's just how it starts. And when you start doing this through the linked memory maps, if I understood correctly, the earlier you start doing this, the better it's going to be because those buffs stay for the whole chain of Zana's memory as you build it up. And then there's 3 new pinnacle bosses, which is crazy. So imagine you're doing that with 5 other people. A couple things are going to be true, right? You're not going to be able to see the game. You can't see your floor. You have no idea if you're actually contributing to like kills because things are just dying so much. What's that? It says items though. Say that again. Do not drop items. So, but they can drop currency items. They drop currency gear. So things like exalts, chaos, divines, mirrors, mirror shards, all kinds of stuff potentially, right? This is just one example. There's many like that. Sizzle, by the way, Sizzle Chest, love the name, right? And nice to meet you. I don't know why nobody wants the gold. It's very good. Sure. No, I didn't know that it was already in. No, in what way? Say that again? You think it was only the buff from the killed boss that stays, not the scarabs and all flames? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the the altars. The altars that stay. It's the altars that stay. I wonder if I have a screenshot for that. You'll excuse me, there was quite a bit there. Nuts. This is an altar. This is what we're talking about. This would be like an example. So if you're from Path of Exile 2, there's like no way I'm going to play music, by the way. There's just no way. There's just too much juicy bits to talk about. So in Path of Exile 1, you get this altar thing. So it's a 50-50 choice, right? You can choose one or the other. You can't have both. So future maps in this memory thread. So like, do we have an example of the memory? Let me see if we got that. If not, it's okay. So a memory thread is basically like your atlas in Path of Exile 2, where you have like seepage, all that connects. So as they do connect, that's a memory strand, okay? And so there's a 50% chance for rare monsters in the area to be possessed, which gives them additional powers, but also gives you better loot. And if you don't want that, you could choose the bottom, where maps, crafts applied to this area have no cost. So you could apply different crafts to the map without any cost to the player, and whatever that becomes later on, right? Drops are still on until tomorrow. Yeah, they're available from 5th to the 6th in the ! drops link. It'll show you that too. Just so you know. And if you guys don't have the drops, this is a problem I see all the time, and I have it too. You have earned the drop. You just have to go to your Path of Exile account and then go to like linked rewards, and in there you'll refresh that and you'll see that you do have it on your account. So you kind of have to refresh. It's been that way for me. You have to refresh the Path of Exile account page, and then you get it in your game. And you should be able to appreciate that new helmet inside of both games, actually, I think. Yeah, is this it? This is the bookmark, eh? There's no, I'm not the guy to go through all this. There's no way. But if you missed it, this is what they're talking about now. So Mercenaries of Tarthus, that's the new thing. That's the new league. The mechanics coming in as well is Secrets of the Atlas. Yeah. You've got content features, endgame changes, passive tree changes, settlers added to core, which is great. You don't got to build up settlers. I think that's fantastic personally. I would have done it. I would have built up my house. I would have built up my town, but now you don't have to, which I think is just great. The Betrayal rework is actually kind of amazing. They did something here which is great. So because you maybe never played Path of Exile 1, I want you to imagine a system in Path of Exile 2, okay? Where you were in the Atlas, you're farming the end game, okay? You're farming the end game in the Atlas. And then you finally go fight Arbiter of Ash, okay? And when you do that, all of your progress for the Atlas is now eroded. It's gone. All the little decisions you made, increased quantity, increased rarity, Waystone passive, precursor tablet, all those decisions are now gone. That's essentially what Betrayal League is. It's a bunch of different options that will yield different rewards. They've changed that. So now it's kind of amazing. So now it's like you can have your Atlas passive tree the way that you want in this game, and then you just get this, you basically get this crisis fragment that lets you go fight the boss, which is great. What's that? Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's huge. Oh, really? Hey, that's insane. Someone just oh, really? Oh, fuck, rank 1 player. Player balance, this is going to be a heavy one. Skill gem changes, Vol skill gem changes. So Path of Exile 1's a little bit different in this regard. Ascendancy changes, there's so much. Unique item changes, div card changes, Ruthless specific changes, monster balance, Keurig League mods, quest reward changes, UI changes, microtransactions, and bug fixes. Like, when you go through what they do, watch this. This is a stream. To give you meaningful data and have anybody actually retain the vast majority of it would be insane. And I think I've seen people do this before, and I'll do the same thing. Check this out. You couldn't fit all that stuff on a page. You couldn't do it. It's kind of nuts. Did they update the beach? Yes. So it's kind of nuts. What the effort they're putting in is unbelievable. And I think Sinister said it right. They just put a kill shot into whatever season 9 is going to be. Look at this. Kind of nuts. Kind of crazy what the new game is going to be and the way that you interact with it. So pretty exciting. What is your mall you're trying to trade not show up on Sidekick? Because the filters you're applying, likely nothing else exists for it. You have a stat range that maybe doesn't exist, so you can lower the ranges. And this is not all of it, by the way, because he mentioned there's going to be more, right? They cook until the Friday just before they release. Yeah, because he said they're feral, right? He said they're kind of feral in that. Yeah, they have another week, right, Jazz? Crazy. Isn't that nuts? Sloppy, I don't know, man. Vol skill, Vol Blight, like this is what, if you played Vol Cyclone, if you played Vol Lightning Strike, Lightning Strike got changed. Here we go. Let me check Lightning Strike out. Did they actually take the axe to it? Lightning Strike projectiles now deal 50% less damage, and Lightning Strike of arcing projectiles now deal 50%. So they just nuked it by 50%. That's what they did. What else did they do? Lightning Strike. Cool. Got it. So 50% nerf. Still viable, I'm sure, but not nearly as insane. Yep, not nearly as insane. Schnaffles. It's pretty crazy, yeah. You want me to search Trickster? What do you want to know about Trickster, man? That would be under Ascendancy changes. Here we go. Trickster. Here we go. The Polymath Ascendancy passive skill now provides 2% more damage for each different type of mastery you have allocated. Previously 3, so 1% nerf. And the Escape Artist Ascendancy passive skill provides +4 evasion per 1 max energy shield on equipped helmet. It was previously 5, and +1 max energy shield per 8 evasion rating was previously 6. So, not bad. Still viable. A little bit squishier, still very viable. A lot of people enjoy the Trickster. Endo's one of them, yeah? Any buffs on Pathfinder? Let's find out about Pathfinder. Let's see. They've made... I gotta read this. They have Hierophant here. So they have Berserker changes, Champion changes, Guardian, Hierophant, Saboteur, Elementalist. Okay, so what's going on with this Hierophant? The Sanctuary of Thought Ascendancy passive skill no longer provides 25% increased mana reservation of efficiency of skills or 50% less mana cost of skills. It provides regenerate 1% mana per second. 1% mana per second. So that seems rough. Early on, you're not going to feel that at all. But later on, it's going to be kind of nice. Okay. Yep. Link the notes. You guys want a link? Here you go, guys. I will give you the juice. Here you go. This is coming up. Kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Yeah. Oh, MGASA, man. Thank you for the T1 for 31. Appreciate it. I think I can get that back on the stream, right? We should be okay. Yeah, there's just too much. There's just too much to have to digest. I'm going to have to, this is why I was going to be live till about, 7 today, just going through stuff. There's just too much. We can ask questions and find out, but you're a noob, you're going Righteous Fire. Can I tell you what's going to be crazy, Rets, if you go Righteous Fire? Your Mercenary can likely also be Righteous Fire. So you playing the Righteous Fire game, imagine almost double dipping. Like, it's probably going to be closer to 1.25, 1.35 effectiveness of yourself, but there's no reason why particular setups on that Mercenary couldn't appreciate that either. You know? I don't know what EE is. What does that mean? This is all Path of Exile 1. Yeah. Crazy. Very stoked. Gurflove, you too? What are you going to play? Do you guys know what you're going to play? Oh, dude, Sizzle Chest. This is what work looks like. This is what work looks like, you know? The fact that the director of the game doesn't want to tell you the secret sauce, right? Like, Mark doesn't want to tell you the secret sauce is just great. He's so passionate about it. It's fucking awesome. RF sounds like so much fun. Yeah, do you know what it is? You essentially just slide around the screen, blowing everything up. That's what you do. And if you have a hard time with single target, you have skills that assist you in that situation, right? I don't know what you wrote, Sakiri, but I'm trying to understand. Sure. Yes, you should check it out. It's free. Yep. Fire Trap is an example, yep. What's that? You reached endgame. Oh, did you? Just go Rambo. You reached endgame in softcore finally. Congratulations, yeah. But just following what it's telling me to do, I need to get all my ascendancy points. Yeah, you do. So you're going to have to get points 7 and 8, which means you're going to fight the Chronomancer Zarok, or you're going to do the Trial Master. It's up to you. Yeah. Yep. I do have class recommendations. Yeah, I'd recommend you try. There's easy ones all the way through and through. Like, you could still do Lightning Strike. I would probably put you on a Marauder to start, and then I'd turn you into a Righteous Fire player. So this is in English what I would tell everybody to do. First of all, if you've never played Path of Exile 1 before, and crouching, give me 2 seconds. Type 77 in chat if I have the opportunity to chat with you today, and you've never played Path of Exile 1 before. You just never did. Alex, thanks, man. I'm going to talk to that crew for a second because this isn't the first time I've brought people into Rayclast successfully, and it sure as shit won't be the last. Here's something I want you to try. And it may not work for the way you like to play the game, which is why my advice to you may miss the mark, but just hopefully you can appreciate my position on this to give you that door opening experience, okay? So here's what we're talking about. We can provide you with the help of other members in the community, right, like Pox and others, who can get you a character where all you do is build a high fire resistance and high life regeneration and literally set yourself on fire. You're going to start to kill yourself, but you overheal and you prevent that damage. Okay, that's the strategy. Now, you create a circle around yourself of that fire damage. So not only are you igniting yourself, burning yourself alive, but anything in this circle with you is also going to start to burn that much. But your job is you start to bring down their fire resistance so that they can't out-heal it and they die. And all you do is move around the game. You literally move. That's all you have to do. And then eventually that becomes not so true because content gets a little bit more difficult. So you have to incorporate a second button, like throw a fire trap to increase fire damage to it. That's about it. And that's essentially all that you're doing. So that's not necessarily hard to understand. And it builds you a character that can subsequently build out currency for the rest of the alts you want to make. Okay? And you can make the circle bigger and you can do all kinds of things in it. And now with this update here, the things like mercenaries as well, maybe you invest in like a mercenary that its whole job is to reduce or give you additional fire damage to a target. Right? Maybe that's what you do. Splitting steel proj can no longer return. I wonder if you put, I guess it wouldn't matter in this regard. Yeah. Best explanation? Okay, so Celestina or anybody else, like Twitchy Triggers, right? All you guys. Just the Tip, Schnaffles, Vado Malo, right? El Trent, all you guys. Everybody. Colby, all you guys. Bizzle. If that's something you want to try, go ahead. If you're looking for like minions they do damage in this game. Like they hurt. You can do like Golem minions, you can do Spectres, you can do whatever the hell you want. Like it's much deeper in Path of Exile 1, but just understand that the UI and the way the game plays, it's not the same. It's a different game. Yeah? Oh man, we still have that, don't we? I have to find out what that command is, Death Star. Yeah. We have a document, and I'm not sure what the link is. I have to find it for you, but this is something that I was so happy to have found, and it's still going to be true. It's still going to be true to this day. You essentially go like this. Eyes on the screen for a second, just so you know. PoE.ninja, okay? This website. And I think what we're going to do is after this weekend, No, I think it's great. After this weekend, I'm most likely going to spend some time teaching people how to play. Like the stream titles will be New Players Welcome. Let's learn Path of Exile 2 to Path of Exile 1. And that's probably what I'm going to do. It just makes sense to help people understand. So builds, here we go, Settlers League, whatever. What this site's going to do is it's going to allow me to tell you, okay, you can make any of these ascensions that we already understand at base class and ascendancy. You know that. So let's say you want to play like something you might be familiar with. Let's say you want to play a Necromancer. This is just an example, okay? And when you're on a Necromancer, you want to raise some Spectres because you like the idea of a minion build, okay? Once I know, hey, Zeal Kiwi, hey guys, come on in. I'm just explaining what we're about to get ready for. Once I know a character for you guys, Jessar, come on in. Thank you for the raid. You guys are too kind. Listen, if you want to learn how to go through the game that you never played before on a character you think looks cool, on a skill you think sounds fun, we have a guide, a link you can use, and it's individual, it's modular, that you can just plug in what you want to be. It'll tell you exactly where to go, which vendors sell skills to buy, and you'll know exactly how to navigate through in a comfortable way. You basically just start clicking a page and it tells you. It's like connect the dots, right? That's all that it is. And if that helps you, then I'm glad I'll show it to you. But next week we'll go over that. And yeah, Path of Exile 1 looks worse than Path of Exile 2. Be cool. Just be cool. Just be a cool guy. Thank you for the tier 1 for 10, man. How was your stream? You should. Yeah. I'm not your uncle. I'm not your dad. Yeah. UHPOE 2 minions was deeper. Give it time. It will be. It's not fair to, in my opinion, it's not fair to have an evaluation of a new game in early access versus a decade-old piece of content. Like, yeah. I'm not your dad, Jessar. No. Sure. What's like, if you guys have questions about PoE1, I want to like take some right now if you have any. That maybe you didn't see answered or anything like that. How can I help? Wasn't that a big skill, Frostblades of Ketabesis? Wow, that's a huge nerf. Yeah. And you guys had Sizzle Chest. You had a good member make a great comment. PoE2 is kind of like the testing ground for this, yeah. No, yeah, Silencer. I could explain all the mechanics, but I won't. That would take too long. Everything you need to know is on PoE Wiki. But what you need to do, Silencer, is part of the deal you have to do is find out and be honest with me to find out where you really, like, what's really stopping you. That we can solve together. I'm not sure yet. What are you excited about for build-wise? Like, I always liked brands. I always liked playing brand characters. I thought they were a lot of fun. You know, they're tanky. You get some good strength, get some good int. I think Templar's a good start. I think like that's probably my most favorite. Inquisitor, right? Was good. Totems are good. Tornado shot. Oh, Moreland. Are you being sincere? I think you're fucking around. Yep. Oh, okay, yeah. 800 hours. You know what the fuck you're doing? I've got 3K. I can make it worth your time. Yeah. Yep. Guardian RF. I think. Yeah. So I have one. His name's Papa Papega. He's a level 98 hardcore SSF chieftain. That's what he is, and he's fine. He stays alive. Yeah. Yeah, the golems are nuts. Yeah. Yep. Not wrong. You play everything, you love everything. That's a great sizzle chest. I love that attitude, man. Give everything a shot. See what happens. You know? Yeah, no, I just see, here's the thing, Horde Dog. Like, if I did what you're asking for, if I quite literally took everybody in that wanted me to be their dad, right? That would be insane. So I can't do that for you, but I do wish you good luck, you know? I know that your house was a revolving door when you were growing up, and I hope to God that gets solved next year, because you really need to know who your dad is. You really do. Wondering if it's the mailman, milkman, right? Who knows who it is? It could be the crossing guard on 2 streets over named Randall, right? Because you guys have the same mustache. It's weird. Maybe you guys have like that, you know, who knows? Who knows what it is? Club toe, right? Different strokes for different folks. Once mommy tells you, I can't wait to find out who it is. And then do the side-by-side, get a photo for us, okay? I can use AI in the midterm to make sure that it looks like it could be your dad. But I'm not the guy. I won't be that guy for you. Yeah. Could be Randall. No, I don't care about the tax write-off. You know what I mean? No. You're too old, are you? You never... No, not at all. Yeah. Oh, if you don't have dads, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's not okay. Yeah. Account suspension. I'm okay for now. Yeah, I'm okay for now. Legs are blown out from the gym, but maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll bust a move, yeah. Sure. You said Diablo 4 is utter garbage for you. I'm sorry you felt that way. It was fun for a little while, then it wasn't. No drops for both, what'd you say? You do have drops for this. Yeah, drops are enabled for PoE 1, yeah. Congratulations, Crouching, yeah. I don't like the direction of those games, D3 and 4. At the moment, I don't. Your character's stuck in an instant fatal crash error when you enter the game. Make another character or get a character in the same format, try to load in, see what happens. Yep. It takes 45 minutes. Yeah, so whatever the helmet is in PoE 1, you should get it for PoE 2 as well. Their whole idea is that you can get both cosmetics, right? You can get cosmetics for both games, excuse me? Yep. What's that? Berg Breezer, what are you sending me? What's this? Okay, but there's no information on that. Okay. 2 hours, patch in 2 hours. I'll be a busy boy today then, yeah. Oh, my day was good. I was preparing. I'm usually not live today, so I'm very happy to be here with you guys, just covering the news. I wanted to see what's up. It's a big day. You know, it's a big day for anybody that likes grinding gear games products. It's just crazy. Yeah. What? You're not getting credit till it's an active screen? That means I would have gotten nothing. Yeah, it sounds like I'm not going to confirm that, but you guys have been telling me that there's a 2.0.2.1 patch for Path of Exile 2 coming up in sub 2 hours. So yeah. Oh, did I just not read it? Here we go. Path of Exile 2 patch 0.2.1 includes a bunch of new socketable items. We plan to release this patch in roughly 2 hours from the time of this post. Well, holy shit. In the meantime, we've prepared all the item filter information you need. So they're basically telling you can put this in a classification for endgame in your filter, personally, manually, if you want to. If you're not sure what to do with this information, don't worry. We'll update Path of Exile 2's built-in item filter alongside the launch of the patch. Damn. Am I playing tonight? I can't. I will play tomorrow. I'll play tomorrow because I've got commitments for today. You know, it's just one of those days. It's my life, right? So I tried to get as much time in as I can with you guys. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, no sleep tonight? Oh, I will. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to. But this is exciting regardless. Too sick. Too sick. I don't know, man. I wish I had an answer. I have to go through this. The question was like, what am I going to play? I have to go through the skill gems. I got to find out probably the Ascension information. I want to find out what I'm going to play based off of that. Like, what are they changing here? I need to look at this and just take it in and soak it in. I won't be able to do it live because it's not going to be a thing. What is this? Oh, thank you. And it's click, build. Yeah. All right. Listen to me, guys. You're just a Chad. This is still pinned in the PoE channel on Discord. Okay, listen. I asked you guys previously who never played Path of Exile 1. Many of you typed 77 because that's kind of what I do to get the response from you guys so I know you're listening and stuff. So this is what I'm going to link to you on YouTube and Twitch. I can't link it on X, unfortunately. Please take this and bookmark this site. If for whatever reason you missed this, you can always type exclamation Discord, whether I'm live or not, and this document will be there for you. What it tells you is, basically, I'm going to talk to you in Path of Exile terms for a second so it makes sense. I need you to kill the Bloated Miller. Then I need you to go to Grelwood. Then I need you to kill Bira. Then I need you to go to the Rust King. Then I need you to kill the Rust King. Then I need you to get, it tells you every single step, and you just click on it. And you click on it as you navigate that category or that destination, that point that you're supposed to do, okay? And that's it. And the cool thing is, this is what I was saying before, it's adaptable, it's modular. So your things that you're supposed to go do are going to be different than my things, unless you're going to play the build I play. It's an extremely helpful link. It's going to take you all the way through Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, all the way through to the end game. So you know, and this is very important, you're going to know to go craft, attack, and cast speed rank 2. Like, you're going to know to go grab that. It tells you so you don't miss it. Okay? You guys should thank Death Star. He's one to look for you guys. Again, it's pinned in the Discord if you need it. So just join the Discord, grab the link if you miss it, and then dip or stay. It's up to you. Okay? So amazing. Yep. Yeah, you don't got to follow any kind of link like that. It's all right there for you. No problem. I use this. I will use this. I promise you on the 13th, I'll use this. No problem. And it's really simple. So it's been a while since I've used this though. So let's reset my progress. And then I'm going to go to let me see. I think it's build. Right. And then I think it's just simple, right? Import build. So let's say I wanted to, as an example, let's say I want this build. I want to play Pork Settlers, right? I grab this POB, copy this. Then I go over to my page. Where's it at? Excuse me. Paste it in, import the build, pat the building code, send it. There you go. That's what I want. Okay. These are all the gems and stuff. That's everything I need. I think that's all we do. I think. And then I go to route. There you go. And that's everything I do. And it tells me right there. It tells me the skill tree and how I take it. How I take the nodes. It's all there. Isn't that crazy? So if you want to, look, that's amazing. That's what you want. Done. So if you're reading the patch notes and you're like, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to play a Guardian, or I think I'm going to play Righteous Fire. It's all right there for you. Yep. You could just play Frostbolt and put additional proj on it and just start freezing shit. You can do that too. Yeah. Rolling Magma is very good though. Yeah. Sure. I'm not saying that it couldn't be better, Zethmonk. I'm just saying it's a resource you could use. Yep. Which is great. It's just something instead of nothing. For people that have never experienced it before, it's fantastic. Yeah. Is it Hrist? Hrista 5? Is that the name? What's up, Hrista 5? Yo. Yeah, Captain Fury, you're going to get the Path of Exile 2 update in less than 2 hours. Oh, it's a fucking crazy resource. Yeah. Because people don't know I wouldn't know. What the hell is Ebony Barracks? You find out it's a zone, right? You find out when you're in the Ebony Barracks, so you go get the waypoint. You got to kill General Gravicius. It's so good. Oh, this part's great. So if there's a leveling build, right? How do I describe this? Maybe you need to see this. There's not, you'd have to go to Maxroll or something. Typically, content creators, myself included, we would give you a leveling build. So what that means is it'll chapter off where you're supposed to be at the end of Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5. It tells you basically how to choose your Ascendancy passive skills, right? Or your skill tree selections, skill tree passives. All you do is click the arrow, and it's going to tell you these are the ones you take. Now, this gives you everything, But Zethmonk's point is that a leveling guide would be a lot easier to digest because you're not seeing all the points. You're not seeing all the points at once. So if we can get you a link for that, and we're going to work together to get you guys that for builds that make sense and are new player friendly, then we're going to go for that. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. One thing that's interesting in Path of Exile 1 is because it has such a loyal following and it's been out so long, like Diablo 2, if you play a meta build, like an example would be like, right now we're playing Lightning Spear, Rake, right? Blood Hunt, it's a pretty meta build. If you're doing the trade league, it's going to be quite expensive later on to get the gear that you need because everybody else needs that gear too. So playing an off meta build is kind of a great call. It's just hard to know what that is. Would you agree with that? I'm not sure if you guys are like savants in PoE1, but you definitely get to appreciate currency in your investment a lot more when you're not playing the meta build, but you'll have maybe you have a power struggle earlier on, maybe. So it's nice to be a little bit off kilter that way. Off meta is a great way to enjoy the game and not feel like, damn, I got to hit 12 divine for my next upgrade, you know? Like, you could resonate with that. Yeah, easier to get items when you're not looking for the same thing everybody else is, yeah. That's exactly right, Sizzle Chest, exactly right, yep. Yeah? Oh, Captain Fury, happy to hear that, yeah. Yeah, Rain Havoc, that's great. And that's what most people do, right? They look for items that are meta and they just sell it, which is great. Cool. So Mac, I'm sorry I didn't give you much value there, but I'll tell you what, truthfully, I got my work cut out for me. I got to start practicing Path of Exile 1 again for myself and others. Yeah, I really think that Righteous Fire is something you can't go wrong with. It's so effective. It's just so effective. And I don't, let me check this out really quick. Righteous Fire of Arcane Devotion now grants 25% more cast speed at level 20. Okay, what else? Anything else for Righteous Fire? So far, that's a buff. Righteous Fire of Arcane Devotion, same thing. Same thing. Let's see. Yeah. Scorching Ray, additional debuff stages now at 80% of damage, previously 60. Quality now provides fire exposure. Ooh. So it got nerfed a little bit by 5%. Yeah, the Chieftain's great because it just gets to appreciate resistance, right? Zethmonk, would you say some knowledge that's good to have is to know where the 30... Oh, you're talking about like the big nodes? Yeah, like Strength, Dex, and Int? I think that is, in my opinion, that's more information than a new player is ready for. They don't even know what those nodes, they don't even know that they exist. The cool thing about Path of Exile 1 is that the skill tree gives you health, which is nice. Nothing for Chieftain either? I never even looked at that. Let me see. Yeah, I guess not, eh? Interesting. Yeah. Shield Crush of the Chieftain now has a base attack time of 0.9 seconds, previously 1, so it's a little bit quicker, and the mana cost of 7 to 12 instead of 12 to 6 at gem levels 1 to 20, previously 9 to 15, so it's cheaper. And now deals more damage, okay, based on 15 armor, previously 7 to 10, okay? So it's just better. The only reason you don't want to play a Righteous Fire character is because the bossing sucks until you get into really, really good investment RF. That's typically been the narrative, correct? Right? That's typically been the narrative. However, it's also fair to say that nobody's had a mercenary that's been doing like big fire exposure the whole time. The whole time. Nobody's had a situation where you could just do that. So now that that's potentially prevalent, I don't know why I wouldn't test that. That's going to be great for everybody. Mid-tier to new players friendly, for sure it is. It's easy to get into, and it takes you all the way to maps. Slight trap, would you say slight fire trap nerf? Fire trap, let me see. Fire trap now deals 27.7 to 2,566 base fire damage per second, was 3,000. That is a slight nerf. So here's the question. Oh, did you say Scorching Ray got a buff? Let me see. Scorching Ray. Scorching Ray edition. Yeah, we just talked about this. Yep. It just got a 500. It's actually almost the same thing. It got a 500 DPS swing, so you'll choose Scorching Ray of Immolation. So Scorching Ray of Immolation, God, it's been so long. What's the terminology for the gem? Transfigured. It's a transfigured gem. So Realism, Gurney, myself, anybody else doing these carries for these gems will be nice. There'll be a reason, like we get to help you guys ascend, then we also get to look for these gems to make it available for others. This is nice. Hard to not go back into this. It's hard to not go right back into Righteous Fire. I haven't played Righteous Fire for a long time. And it's very easy. And if the Mercenary helps you do more fire damage, it's a no-brainer. It's just a no-brainer. The only thing is, which class do you go on? Because you have the choice, right? You would have the choice. If I go to builds for a second, we could go deep diving with, where's he at here? My favorite dude of all time. Where's he at? Right there, the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor Righteous Fire. It's too sick. I think so, right? Angelo, I think so. Vol Righteous Fire and all that jazz. 4.2 million damage per second. Sign me up. And what were they using before? Yeah. Would you say Guardian for mana RF or Chieftain for life? You think Chieftain's better? Huh. Is that right? What do you need? Oh, yeah, it's all awakened stuff. Guardian RF. Let's see. What's the max DPS there? 10 million? Let's see. Okay, that's pretty fucking true. What? What's his name? Nacho Man Ranchy Salad? How do you not love this game? How do you not? Widow Hail. Hell yeah. Oh, okay. Mage Blood? His name is Nacho Man Ranchy Salad. That's fantastic. His energy shield amount's only 44,000, by the way. Not a big deal, right? So what do they do with the Guardian? Let's check that out. Guardians. I'm down for ES stacking. I miss Grim Feast. Oh, I might let some people down here. I said I'd spin a wheel, but I think I won't. Simplex Amulet 2. Chevron's easy to get. Widow Hail's easy to make. What's the corruption, though? Yeah, that's typical. You can get that's fine. There it is. There's, yes. Forbidden Flame. Yes. Flesh and Flame. Yes. Okay, go ahead. 1 second. So, Unwavering Faith Ascendancy. I need to learn this. So here's what it used to do. Auras from your skills grant 5% increased recovery rate of life, mana, and energy shield to you and allies. That's what Unwavering Faith does right now. Okay? I got to close some of these down because it's not going to it's going to be a fucking mess going back and forth. So now Unwavering Faith passive skill has been reworked. Now it just gives you 50% increased reservation efficiency of skills. So you get more skills, but you no longer regenerate as much. And would you say Sanctuary of Thought was reworked? Okay, but that's for Hierophant. And now it only regenerates 1% of mana per second, which is kind of what the Guardian was getting. Oh, for those forbidden jewels, that's what you're referring to. Okay. I'm going to be totally honest. If you're doing 11 million damage per second, you are killing the game anyway. If that was your damage, you're more than fine. Way more than fine. Like, to have this, look at this. You guys even got Bottled Faith. You'd be killing the game. It's not even close. And the damage, the gear isn't super crazy. Like, it really isn't crazy. Yeah, I mean, this shit's nuts, right? This shit's kind of nuts. When's the update? Less than 2 hours. Okay, let's do it. Let's join hands. Let's join hands and become Guardian Righteous Fire Blaster Chads. You guys want to do this? And our job is to try to make, just a simplex, just an early simplex amulet, not a big deal. Get a helical ring? Hardcore? No. Softcore. Yeah. Why Guardian over Chieftain? So here's a good question. Let's answer this. Let's go back to search for a second, because our name can be Nacho Man Ranchy Salad. Let's compare. So Chieftain, I love Inquisitor, by the way, but Chieftain. What's our damage? Our damage on Chieftain goes up to 21 million. But what's the Soraki? What's his name? Okay, Sorats. You got to get Annihilator's Approach. Everybody's using Mage Blood. Calms isn't too bad. Dual wands that are probably nuts. Those are nuts. Same kind of thing, same setup. Kalandra's ring. Yes, that's expensive as shit. The damage is crazy. Way higher. You could do this. Lurk away, man. Are you? Let me see. What's the low end on damage? Like what? Okay, that's way too low. What happens if we try to check out like, let's get it right to 1 million damage per second. If you're doing 1 million, what's the gear look like? 1.3, go ahead. Let me see this. Calms, everybody's looking for calms, right? What are you looking for on non-RF? Let's go see. What's more attainable? Because like not everybody's gonna have that. Let's go see. 1 million, yoink. Mamba Fantastica. Same kind of thing. We could find Twilight Regalia all day long. We can get these Esches. That's fine. It's all Kalandra tech. The ring. That's expensive. This is really, really pricey. But outside of that, we're going to be doing what? 500,000? And dot damage doesn't go over 10 million. 18k ES. What's it going to be on the RF? Let me see how high they go, how high they scaled last time. Let me see this. 18k. Life is at 13k. So why go Guardian? Because I think defensively you're better. I think so. But we'll see about that. We'll see about that. I also think that it might just be more fun. Stacking ES might just feel more fun. Maybe we'll try that. Who knows? What's up, Blue Angel? Yeah, the update should be in 2 hours or less. Chieftain defenses are better. Hands down. I agree. Like, I would agree, but in the end game, no. In the end game, I would say no. I mean, fuck, you get 90% res across the board. It's kind of crazy on Chieftain. Why don't we do this? Why don't here? Let me see this. Okay, let's take this out. Let's take this off the equation. Guardians are cool. Plus, I get to make a cool transition. Let me see. Yeah, it's all 90 across the board. Let's do this. We're going to make a wheel. We're going to spin it, okay? That's true too, Death Star. It's true too. If you go Chieftain, just scaling fire res is a lot easier to understand. You say headshot is correct? Sorry? Yeah. So you know what would be kind of cool? If we teamed up with Guardians and Chieftains just playing together. But here's the thing. Everything we're talking about is kind of moot. Right? Because nobody here has, other than Ziggy D, nobody here has played with a mercenary yet. So what are we talking about? We don't know that both builds aren't just sufficient. We don't know that. We have to wait and see. Yeah, we don't know that. We'll wait and see. I think a clear path early on. I think Chieftain's easier. I think it just probably is, right? Yeah. Mark slaps. You need a curse or a bot? You already have one. You know, you've got one. It's called a mercenary, which may be available early on. Northine, yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. If you guys want to, I think I'm gonna put my feet in the sand with something I want to try. I will easily be able to carry and help people make a Righteous Fire character. Yep. I don't have the build link yet, man. I just found out about this today, Horde Dog. But here's what I promise you. Whatever I'm playing, you'll have a guide to follow. And to be quite honest, there's one guy who's already done all the work for us. We just have to find a way to translate his information. If it's not already simple, we're talking about Pox Kappa. Guy's a savant, never talked to him, but the work he does is amazing. Take Pox's information. I'll help digest it. We'll get that ready to rock and roll day one, and we'll all play together if you want to. It's the whole idea of we just work together to help each other out. And here's what makes this kind of fun. I'm not allowed to do giveaways with gear. Grinding Gear Games will ban me for this. They think it's like buying viewers. I don't want to do this. But what I do want to do is give you the opportunity to pay it forward if you can. So in Softcore Trade League, when we make these characters to really enjoy the game, see if we like it, when you start getting upgrades and you no longer need that chess piece that made you really powerful, pay it forward, give it to somebody else. Just give it to somebody else. And then their character gets stronger while your character's getting stronger. And eventually, we start to bring people into the endgame content in a more rapid pace, and they could pay it forward as well. The other cool thing is if you play a Righteous Fire character, doing your Labyrinth runs, which is like doing Trial of the Sekimas or Chaos, it's very easy to sit in... The thing is, it's easy to sit in traps and not die, which other builds subsequently will. So we can totally help each other with that too, which is very nice. Do we agree? Sizzle Chest, I've been doing it for years. I'm a professional video game player and content creator guy, and I'm down for it, so sure. Moreland, we'll see what happens, right? That'd be awesome, Emmix, yeah. Why not have a private league? We all play together. No reason for the ban. Holy shit. That's interesting, Crazy Houston. Yeah. I think the only reason is I want you to be able to take your awesome drops and explore the value of that in the global economy. If you hit that awesome mirror, you can turn that into many divines, and you can feed your character, feed your friends' characters. You can't do that in a private league as much, you know? You can migrate out. Oh, that's interesting. I think you just wanted to use the winky face. We could. It's something we could try. Are we going to do practice runs? I think hey, would you guys be interested in that? Installing Path of Exile 1 before the 13th. We have a Righteous Fire character. We look at some information. We start to take that information and we dump it into a guide or into a process that we could all learn the steps to go through. So on the 13th, we got our Coca-Cola Ayatollah rock and roller ready to rock and roll. Full sizzle, full send, and we go for it. And then some people are going to be like, fuck, I don't know what to do. But we can help them. It'd be very beneficial for the viewers. No. Crippling Sloth. You don't have to do what I'm going to do, but if you want to do what I'm going to do, it'd be very easy to follow along. Already downloading right now? Good man. That's a great idea. That's what we're going to do. All right. I know his website's insane, right? And the cool thing is I know the mod team, they played some of this Righteous Fire before as well. Yep. Super fan Mark already knows. Start as a witch to level 4. Yeah, get the first gems then switch. He already knows. Mark, we're going to be coming back to your game, right? Yeah. The College of Cade. If you're interested in learning Path of Exile 1 currency and stuff, you can absolutely check out the YouTube stuff. It's there for you. You're already in Act 2? Savage. You work this weekend? It doesn't come out this weekend, right? It's not out this weekend. It comes out on the 13th. So it's next Friday. Abel, drops. There you go. Awesome, man. That'd be great. Yeah, the learn thing's gone. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know what happened to that link, but I feel like it was, yeah. Yeah, so we're not going to do a Guardian. We're not going to do this guy. Although, I got to tell you, like, 66,000 energy shield is fucking ridiculous. Like, what? Right? I think what would be best for a community of people who are trying to get into a game that they've never played before, it's going to look kind of crunchy. Just be honest with you. It's going to look not so great. But the idea of like probably aiming all the way down here for most people, if I got everybody to do, this would be insane, but if I got everybody to do 1.2 million damage per second, okay? If I got us to do that, 1.2 million, which is insane. But if we did this, you guys, I think you would enjoy the game a lot more. I really think you would. Yeah, I think you would. Bar none. Yeah, the guy's he's also got a Progenesis, right? There's no dodge roll. But you know what, Spectre Spectrum? I agree it sucks. I love dodge roll. It's kind of fun. Glad they added it. You don't have to, because you're going to regenerate through all the shit anyway. You can just stand. You can be like Superman and take the bullets. Right? You just go through it. That's it. And then when you're ready to rock and roll, Scorching Ray, and that's it. You've got movement. You've got Flame Dash. You got all kinds of shit, right? You got Shield Charge. You got all kinds of stuff. Yeah? That'd be amazing. No. Righteous Fire isn't nerfed. Scorching Ray is buffed. And it should be great. Yep. Yeah. You have the dodge, it's just a different way. And it's kind of snappy. And you can buy MTX, which is like cosmetics for it too. Yep. And you don't have to play the build I'm going to play. But I think if I'm going to bring people over from Path of Exile 2 to Path of Exile 1, like the new players, just to give you confidence in the game and see if you like it. Do we all agree this is a good call? You hit me at that 77. If we get at least 10 individuals live right now saying, yeah, I'm going to lock it in. We'll go Marauder into Chieftain RF for Secrets of the Atlas, and we'll see where it takes us. If not, I'll give it some thought. Yeah. Death Star, you can rebind. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going. That's it. We're doing it. Boys and girls, get ready for a circle of destruction. Get ready for some hopefully fantastic, hopefully fantastic, enjoyable, easy gaming, okay? To the point where I don't have to pause the gameplay because nothing's really going to one-shot me. Yep. Now you want to play RF? Quebecois? No, I'm from Ontario, but it's close. Yep. When do we start testing learning RF? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to promise the room, and you can mark my words on this. So today's a bonus day. I'm going to wrap up the stream very soon. Gonna go start, like, I gotta do the content creation thing, make a bunch of clips, make some shorts, talk about the cool shit, because there is cool shit, talk about the announcement of playing this, bring some more people on board, and like fucking teach them how what's up. Tell them how Raid Class is about to get its ass sizzled. Tomorrow is Friday. Oh, Vancouver. Oh, dude. Canadians, knuckles to you. Tomorrow's Friday. We're still blasting on what's probably gonna be the 0.2.1 update for Path of Exile 2 on our Lightning Spear Rake character, okay? That's Friday. Saturday, same thing. So we're gonna spend that time on the hardcore SSF, see if we can't get T15 maps cleared, be super happy with that, and then we come back on the Tuesday, which is the 10th. So the 10th, we're playing Path of Exile 1. We're gonna start doing, this is the Tuesday, we're gonna start doing Righteous Fire Chieftain level strategies, okay? Kind of not speed running, but understanding what we're supposed to do, fully understanding the flow state of how to play the game, what's going on, and you can parallel me and echo me live. We'll do that together, answer questions, and away we go. Tomorrow's Saturday, today's Thursday. Friday from the future. Wednesday, we prep again. Tuesday, we prep. Thursday, we prep again, but I'm not live that day. And then Friday. Friday is go time. That's when the hammer drops and we have a good time, we go for it. And that's when the guild bank's going to be all organized, ready to rock and roll. And as a community, and I'm reading this, by the way, I'm reading a calendar. That's when the community goes. Philippines? Oh, Canada here, you know? So we're gonna have like 2 days of prep time live with me into the launch day on the Friday. Okay? I'll be ready to rock and roll. That's it. Looking very forward to it. So if you don't know anything about Path of Exile 1, I'd love to be the person to help you learn. I already speak your language of Path of Exile 2, D4, D2, D3. I speak all that shit. I can make it make sense to you. And obviously I'm interactive, so I don't mind. Give me a shot, see if I can help you. That's it. Yeah, I've got a 98. I got a 98 hardcore SSF chieftain. I know this shit. Yeah. Other end of the 401? Oh, no way. Hey, that's a scary place sometimes. Alex, what's up, man? Paul, you want to go? Fantastic. Is there anything before I wrap today's stream and go right out to somebody else? Is there anything that you didn't get an answer to that you wish you could learn before I bounce? Hey, dude. Bonkster, dude. Yo, 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 yo. The legend. What's going on, Bonkster? Hey, man. I'm totally going to try. If I fail you and I can't teach you Path of Exile 1, let me try to connect you to somebody else that can. How does she slap? How could you hit that bastard? Yo. Northern Ontario. Hey, right on, guys. Say, great people. Yeah. Just on for a little bit today, guys. It was a bonus stream day. So, yeah. Thanks for taking the time to make the time. I know it's a short one, but there's lots to cover. Lots to cover. Guys, we have mercenaries in the game now. That's going to be crazy. That's one thing. Listen, if you guys are like experts in the game, any like experts in the game, Pox, oh, that sounds amazing. I'm down for that. What we should do behind the scenes, and maybe on that Thursday when I'm off, is get a little bit of information ready to go. But Pox will probably do this too, because he's got a network of savages too. Let's find out what the right mercenary is once we know, so we know what kind of gear we can help each other gear up on that mercenary. So if we get one, on not only on your main character do you have all the gear ready to go, but your care package, right? Your power structure can also be better so that your bossing is more enjoyable. Oh, fuck, this game's going to be fun. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of thinking like, okay, whatever happens with PoE 1, I don't really care because I like PoE 2. I'm starting to really care about Path of Exile 1. And I'm really kind of interested to try it with this powerful character. I'm fucking stoked. Don't worry about that. Yeah, Mary Goldilocks. Don't worry about if you're a noob or an expert with the amount of hours that you play. Don't worry about that. All I want you to worry about is, are you having fun? If you're having fun, stick with it. If you're not, bounce. It's all good. Have fun. You only live once. Enjoy your time. Right? Enjoy your fucking time. Here we go. Let me get this all set. Exciting. Hold on now. Exciting stuff. Okay. Good. Got it. Let's go visit this man. I'm sure he's going to be answering questions for the next 2 weeks. Yeah. He said, what's that? Resistance modifiers can no longer roll or be crafted on weapons. You're going to learn a lot over here, guys. His name's Pox. So I'm totally going to raid Pox. He's just a guy like helping community members out all the time. Absolutely somebody I think you're going to learn something from. I'm out of here for now. Thanks for letting me stream to you guys today. Thanks for spending the time. I learned a lot. Hopefully you did too. From my family to yours, enjoy today. Catch you tomorrow. Path of Exile 2, Hardcore SSF, hopefully a new patch, and hopefully we're alive. So everybody, sincerely, thank you so much. And again, Path of Exile 1 looks a little rough. but the gameplay is nice and the mechanics are sweet. No problem, guys. I'm excited. Yeah. RF Chieftain Go. What time? Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's when I'm back. So looking forward to it. All right. Catch you guys on the other side. GG's.